this. I can look down over him. But yes, I absolutely agree. I think Gen.G right now, morally, mentally speaking, they are coming from that heavy loss. They need to get back a lot of that momentum, and Team Secret, they can actually be proud of what they showed last week.
I think the big thing for me is a lot of
First
people
account
are
not
like,
found was up.
who wants it more
Yeah.
in that game, right? Gen.G, you know, both these teams are out, but I think Team Secret really want to avoid going winless. I think a win today would mean much more for them for Gen.G. That's what I'm going
I think if Gen.G lose though, it's going to be insult to injury after not making the playoffs for the first time and giving Team Secret their first win here.
No, you can tell it. Like, you know, when you saw the B-roll of the team, you could tell in their faces that they knew that this match was going to be very heavy for them. And then you saw Team Secret kind of slapping each other. So
Thank you, Casper. What's up, guys? Good evening. Guys, para ako lalagnatin eh. Kaya, Team Secret, please win.
Match, Gen.G taking on Team Secret.
Eto na. Last match na? Yes, last match na to ng Team Secret, bro. So, unang map is split. Kuya, ang bait mo kagabi. Siyempre, lagi naman, bro. Okay, share the live, guys. Naka-live din po tayo sa Twitchy. Naka-live din po tayo sa Purple app and Blue app. Live po tayo doon. So, guys, kayo na po bahala kung saan nyo gusto manood. Okay? Ayusin lang ho natin. Eto na po. Mag-i-start na po tayo, no? What's up, Chell? May sakit ako. Parang mag-aasakit ako eh. Kaya maaga rin ako gumising at uminom ng gamot. Because I can't. Ay, eto na. Let's go! Last chance! Para manalo na lang, okay? Kailangan natin manalo. Kahit isa. Ang Gen.G meron na eh. Ayaw naman.
Gen.G. After
Inaman mo na agad ng gamot. Uminom na ako.
Last week, Gen.G, they need to end this stage on a high note. They had everything working against them, but still, they managed to bring it so close
Parang
to KRX.
namumuubo.
Against
Kaya
Team
nagano.
Secret, though. Can
Go
they
Team
win
Secret,
with
sabi ni Jess
confidence?
Granola, bro.
That's what we need to see, quite honestly. It's been
Ang
a
blooming mo pag
disappointing
good
year
mood.
for Gen.G.
Ay, lagi
Kickoff
naman.
was not too awe-inspiring, but let's be honest, they've had some roster instability. They've had some out-of-game issues to deal with. And we need to
WTS.
see them pick
Guys,
themselves up by the bootstraps because
Team
although they
Secret,
haven't
para
made
mawala
playoffs
ang
for the
nararamdaman
first
ko
time,
ngayon,
and that is
kailangan
disappointing.
nating manalo,
Cannot
okay?
give Team Secret their first
Last
win
chance,
here
boys.
because
Last
that
chance.
will
Come
be
on, baby.
ending the season on an all-time low for a roster and an organization
Full screen na lang
that's
natin
known
mamaya.
at times to be good enough to win Pacific and even international events.
Yeah, I mean, the mental crumble will be hitting an all-time high if they end this group at the very bottom of it. I think they need a win today.
Share the live, bro. Wag tayong tumawag na ate para di ako magalit.
But speaking of that confidence,
Ano ang secret ng Team Secret? Actually, ayaw ko i-reveal eh.
in a really long while, and there was such an amazing debut from Zeus as well. You have Rumuru back in the
Actually, ayoko
coach
i-reveal
walkout
eh.
slot over there. But these latest rookies to the Pacific stage have given new life into this team. Now, how will they look like up against Gen.G?
Look, the stats don't really tell the whole story about this team.
Para
You have
kalalag
to
na
take our
halata
word
ba sa
for it,
boses
but I
ko?
really
Wala,
do think
lumalabas
they're
na eh.
better. They're
Believe
better
us,
than
guys.
they're better than the numbers are saying. I'm so sure of it. Especially
Okay, boys,
with
come
Zeus
on, you
joining
can do
this
it.
roster, I think that's a guy that could really become a staple for this franchise because I think he has a lot of potential there. It's just about them realizing it. Sylvan is continuing to grow.
Share the live,
I think he's
people.
making really good calls. I think a win today would really
Hello, Limino. What's up, J-Rick? Anzu Concepcion. Go, Gen.G. Sabi ni Anzu.
The next time around, the problem
Eh
is
guys,
a loss.
para ako lalag
Build
natin.
all
So,
that
tingin ko
momentum.
dapat manalo
Yeah, I
tayo.
agree with that. I think for Team Secret,
lang.
they continue to show improvement week to week.
Naging mabait lang ako,
If they
butik
have a rough
nagkasa-
game on a certain map, they do tend to improve on some of those mistakes and shore up some of those weaknesses. Is that good enough to become a more relevant team in Pacific than they have been? I mean,
Split
we've got
and
to wait for the
Lotus.
stage 2 to get the answer of that, but I do think that they have good pieces on paper and at times
Magre-raise
under really
si
good
Zeus
approaches,
dito.
perhaps it's just
Magre-raise
more
Si Zeus
consistency
sa
for
split.
me and more time for the team
Ata.
to gel.
Ata?
They've got Zeus in, they've got a bit more of a
Ata.
dangerous
Ata
team,
lang
and they're
naman,
doing
ata.
what they should have done a long time ago. They're picking up some Filipino talent that actually makes sense. They're picking up Zeus, they're picking up Kelly S, you know?
Yeah.
Let's foster some of that
Ata
SEA
lang naman,
representation in Team Secret, even though we're heading towards the end of this kind of franchising league period and try to find
Pwede
some
to
success
Lotus.
because ever since they used to be
Nakapag-Lotus na ba ang TS?
they haven't seen that same level of
Ay,
success
di
and
pa.
that same degree to kind of contend for even a chance spot or anything like that.
And all
Oo,
they had to
hindi
do
pa.
was wait for the
Ni
clock to
yun.
strike on midnight
Raise
and
si
greet
Rizu
his
siguro
happy
ata ngayon.
birthday.
Yeah.
But of course, now that he is in, Team Secret needs to show that they are building towards something. And it begins now in this match versus Gen.G. Of course, the Asian comps are a big question.
Neon pa
Mark
din.
and Gen.G, it looks as though they're running double duelist.
Yeah, I mean, this is a change up because last time
Neon
they
pa
played
din.
this, they had Zinx on the Cypher and it was not
Pa-pizza
a good
naman
one
dyan,
at all.
boss,
Now they have to
pa-pizza.
change up their
Pag
roster.
nanalo, sige,
My big
pa-pizza
thing is
tayo.
Kite once again on the Astra didn't have the best performance last time around. I think Texture Ash double duelist makes a lot of sense, and they're running the Charon Vice, which plays quite well into the Neon.
I will say I like the Vice a lot. I think it does a lot in this meta. No changes for Team Secret. The trouble is their attacker side was poor against Paper X. It's the defense where they did the work. So I need them to have a bit of a hotter start, survive until that defender half,
Ba't siya
and then
naglalag?
I think we'll see them shine.
Yeah, for sure. We need to see Team Secret manage to get this win if they're working towards anything for Stage 2. And the same goes for Gen.G.
Pizza
Who's gonna
party
take this
like
one?
Donatello,
We'll find out as we
Michelangelo,
toss it on
Raphael,
over
and
to your
Leonardo.
casters. Hey, I'm Quack, and please give a warm Pacific
Team mo ba
welcome
sila?
to
Yes, sir.
Elfish Guy.
What's that? Hey, warm welcome. Thank you very much, Mika. The best analyst ever, big time, and of course, pretty good pal, Pilski.
That's what I can say about Pilski. He's
Isang pagod luck
he's
niya,
always-
Leo
he's always
Mio.
been
Oh,
there
hindi
for
ko
us.
nabasa.
Apart from that, yeah, it's going to be a pretty,
Mananalo yan, Coach.
well, I mean,
Birthday
let's
ko
be
ngayon.
honest,
Ah,
right? Today's
sige.
games, maybe not exactly the most impactful for the entire group standings.
Love your
but,
content.
it does
Thank you
matter to
very
teams.
much.
I
Ano
think
po
it
ba
certainly
dun?
matters, especially to a team like
Hindi
Team Secret
naka-wheelchair
who
po
have
ako.
won winless throughout
Opo,
the series
content
so
lang
far,
po yun.
right? So, there's always going to be that incentive in an event like this to come into your last game if you haven't won anything to maybe take a win, right? They're going to be coming
Hey guys,
from
come on,
Bernardo,
ano
obviously,
na lang
there's
tayo,
a lot of
chill.
Gen.G side as well, with
Ang ganda mo po, ma'am.
flexibility and whatnot.
Bumaba ka na
So, I think
dito,
both
kung
these
mag-almusal ka na
teams
kung
have
gusto
something
mo.
to play for in this match, even though you look at it on the surface and say it's
Kaya
not
tayo natatalo sa mga ganyan mong comment.
I think that's kind of the biggest thing. But
Okay, let's
still
go,
doesn't
boys!
matter to them so much so that you
Last
look
game!
around the crowd and
We
so
need
many
to win it!
Asian
There's a lot of
faces are
people
there,
here.
for sure. All to support Gen.G. So for Team Secret to take that first dub that they haven't seen in quite a while, honestly, but for Gen.G to also find some, I guess, form back in their wings.
Yeah, I'm
Kailangan
looking forward to it.
talaga
I think there's,
pinaplansya,
I think there's a
bo.
good time ahead for us here. Quack. Let's find out as we jump into game
Sambog
number
pag
1
blower
of
lang.
the day. Gen.G up against Team Secret. And,
Winlock na
look,
kita.
again,
Aba, bastos
these
kaya.
are the bottom of the barrel teams, but I think for both teams, obviously knowing that they're going to be coming back in the next split, in the next stage.
Okay guys, split. Isa sa mga kung saan nagdodomina ako. Dito ako nagdodomina pag naglalaro ako.
You know, a young player like Zeus.
Exactly.
Experience on the stage can matter so much, but apart from that, the compositions as well. You know, the double duelist definitely can do some damage. It's a big switch.
How to NCA daw ang cosplay. Just pick it your eyes lang.
I would
Okay?
say it fits the meta a lot more as well. But Team
Coach,
Secret
totoo
for
ba
now,
na-eliminate na
starting
TS
out
sa
towards the
playout?
bottom of the field.
Yes,
Yeah, quite a
eliminate
bit
na.
of contact,
Pati ito,
actually.
Gen.G.
Yet to come in
Eliminate
this
na.
round, you would expect. And that orb slow things down a little bit alongside the boombot, but for Gen.G, pretty aware that there's nothing happening just yet. Team Secret gonna try and find
Ay no, ganyan na ganyan ako umentry eh. Oh.
their way out into mid, and Gen.G are already
Ganun no.
They had all
Ganun din
the
ako
players they needed.
umentry. Nauunahan
Right,
lang.
they needed it as well. Happy with that, backing off, and that'll slow Team Secret down quite substantially.
already we can see the effects of Gen.G's comp switch up. The flash from Karan just to allow for the team to peek out as well. Off the little orb going down. Team Secret previously when they played this against Paper X, they had some sort of a mid to A pivot. This time around when you're down 2, I don't know how viable that's going to be anymore.
You see the fights and picks, don't you? Try and isolate
Bang.
a couple of duels, and they're kind of trying to do that onto Kite here, but the deeper they get into this site, the more avenues are going to be.
Nice,
open.
oh.
That's nice from
Nice,
Gen.G.
oh, nice, oh. Aba, nakakuha na
Also
naman.
manages to land
Pre,
the shot
nagkikilitian
lead
sila,
on
eh then
Gen.G.
nanalo
Almost
si
on a Gen.G.
Uncle Bash.
Very
Boom!
troubling situation.
Yeah, real awkward 2v3, and it's all down to Ash and Karn without much utility. In fact, Jesse Vash, on the other hand, has
Yun
a
lang.
flash available, but still, positions out hand. It's Karn, and he's deadly.
Yeah, Ash also yet to show his face too much in this round. Be that X factor. Dark cover has gone out. That'll give Team Secret a bit more room to work with, but you're right, the time's really a factor. They're going to have to try to go for the plan here, and Gen.G surely want to make a play off the back of that. They will
Bang!
to go down. Sylvan starts it nice.
Yun lang, nice ahad.
Even better, and as they
Iba
say,
pa rin talaga si Caron. Can you give a shout out for my friend? He's in Thailand and he's watching right now. His name is
You
Subu.
know, that's kind of what Big Time was kind of talking about as well. You do want Team Secret to start off better on the attacking side because their defense was what worked out for them before. But right now, I mean, perhaps a little bit of nerves. I think for both
Split
sides,
map,
perhaps.
my
You can see
strongest
that
map
going
ever.
up by Raptors,
Uy.
where Kite had some awkward whiffs as well. But down to the end of it, the fact that Karan is still that strong, that sharp, coming down to this little 1v2 as well, making use of some elevation, crouching down a little
Di kasi natin si Silvan.
shot. That's what makes the difference.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit tighter than you would have liked it to have been, though, for Gen.G given the start, but early game nerves potentially, and it'll be quick entry in towards B site here by the looks of things for Team Secret. They're going to run right
Ubus ang Team
into
Secret
Ash,
dito.
and that will put a stopper to it.
Sa entry na yan.
Peek out of there anymore.
Ganyan na ganyang entry nila ng kay Rimuro eh.
That's a quick rotation
Pero
as well from Gen.G.
wala pang barilan Secret. So try nila ulit.
At the same time,
Try nila ulit.
fighting anyone, he's going to pick up the orb for free. Just sets up a bit further. Team Secret feels like want to end up still on towards B if they can, but
Yeah.
the judge.
Well, Gen.G still not sure
Ace
exactly
to.
where they've ended up. I mean, Ash had a bit
Pag
of a
namalian
I've
Secret
seen a
dito,
couple of
ace.
players there. So they've still got those extra players set up over toward B. So if Team Secret pull the trigger here, again, you're walking into a pretty well-stacked site.
Gen.G doesn't even have to do too much around the other ends. I mean, look at the jiggle out from middle onto texture. Karen's still having that much utility over at the A site. And we're just kind of waiting for the pin to drop.
What's the go signal going to be for Secret, or is it just going to be...
Magkano po bra mo? Putek tol, Valorant usapan eh. Yan pa rin tanong nyo.
Come on, guys, what are we doing?
Nawala na ba si TS si Rimuro? Andun pa siya, sa sub kasi siya. Boom.
Boom. There is nothing you're going to be able to do. So Team Secret, well, they got a little bit owned there in the second round, but it's to be expected, right?
Fair enough. Owned is right, though. I mean, you've lost the tip of the spear. That's Zeus. Or, you know, kind of cut off by
Eto,
your
gun
legs
round,
as well.
guys, gun round.
You're crawling out of garage at that point. But you would have hoped for at least maybe one kill somewhere. Nonetheless, it's going to be that flawless for Gen.G.
Lakia pickers happy today.
Oh, yeah.
I know one of them.
There was that slight theory that Kite coming in to help out with the IGLing allows for Lakia to be more emboldened to make some confident plays. Right now, it's going to be garage control from Gen.G as well.
Yeah, these are the rounds that you actually kind of need to pay a little bit more attention to, right? This is the meat and potatoes. First gun round, very important. Sets the stage. And if you get off to a 3-0 start here as Gen.G, then you're very much in control of your opponent's map pick.
I tell you what, there's a real good chance that they can make that happen. They've retained all their guns from the previous rounds. So far, so good. Some slight buddy
Saan
system
pwede
over
makabili ng
towards
jerseys?
top of
Ng Team
B,
Secret?
A as well.
Legit?
It's again going to be that
Secret daw bibili mo.
approach for Team Secret. Using a fair bit of util to actually get this space, but happy to take it without loss. That's a start. It's a staging ground.
Don't really mind it. You have a slight late lurk with Reserves hanging out towards A ramp as well. A lot more options. If
Sa
they,
site lang yan,
you know,
bili ka lang,
make
marami
some noise
dyan.
out towards A main,
Yung
draw
may
the
official
attention away from
site,
Texture out towards Fizz.
online, marami.
I mean, it really looks like they're going to test the A side.
Oo,
now.
mas maganda pag official
The issue
site
is
eh.
Gen.G having already pushed out in warehouse.
Ganda
Have a
rin
bit
yung
of
Paper
information,
X.
So might be a little
Tsaka
bit quicker
T1.
on the rotator. Some of this util does start to get dumped towards A. That dark cover goes out. And I think the alarm bells are now ringing for Gen.G. See if they can manage to do anything to stop Team Secret from getting in onto this side. It
Nice.
certainly doesn't seem like that'll be the case for
Siya pa,
Lauren.
Zeus. Zeus, siya pa.
Trying his best and can't quite find the angle.
Ops! Mawala yung smoke.
Range for Texture to drop
Nice,
on the
so.
main shells this time.
It's looking pretty doomed for Gen.G. They need a miracle.
Fair bends,
Obviously
boys.
take.
Pang, pang.
That is
Siya pa.
going to be
Pang!
for the double, which will of course be his third
Tol,
for
ngay,
the round.
si Silvan ko nainit to ng mga una-una. Ewan ko na lang talaga.
In what amounts to be the anti-bonus, right? Like Gen.G don't upgrade any of their weapons in that round, really. So, as you mentioned, they've got a bit of cash in the back pocket.
It's not too bad, but Nonetheless,
Ken Bon, thank you for the
Stabilizer
follow.
coming out from Team Secret. You kind of like what you're seeing, doing their due
Shoutout
diligence,
Charis.
clearing out a lot of
Spread
middle,
tumahimik ka.
setting up for that A split very clearly. And unfortunately for Gen.G, just not having that firepower, so they shifted to a more defensive setup, but unfortunately weren't quite able to take back elbow or anything much else either. So Spike went down despite it being 10 seconds remaining. Feels like we're gonna.
Shoutout po kay Avi. Avi, what's up?
Wasn't a super proactive round either from Gen.G. So
Anong ate? Ba't po kayo
just trying to get a
nagpagupit?
feel for maybe what Team Secret's going to be bringing early on here on Split. Again, a different approach from Gen.G, though. They've got those 4 players stacked up towards middle.
We'll have a listen in to Team Secret.
Follow the dog, just okay?
Yep. Orb up.
Bob.
Dog. Awaiting first.
Nothing.
I'll keep you guys.
Guys, smoke mail yung.
Mail.
Nothing eh.
Okay, Oliver.
Just some initial scouting.
Sapol.
They have a pretty good idea that there are some players inside of mail. Now they're checked
Sapol.
back towards the back of fence.
Patay ang nag-hold
Yeah,
ng
not a great
mid.
start for Tech Shot. Just getting forced forward onto that line. Kelly S very well prepared for it. It was his util. Snakebite pushing Tech Shot forward.
Not always what you want from Gen.G.
Sino tinuturuan mo ngayon sa TS coach? Lahat. Kaya nag-i-improve.
Utility, but still some options available for Team Secret, especially if they are able to dome Lakia.
I mean, there's a lot going on in this round at the moment, isn't there? Berserks is just on the lurk over towards A.
Ay, pong cute mo po. Ah, thank
Very
you.
concerned about Lakia,
Siyempre.
who's solo holding B, and that's never going to be easy.
Prrrr.
And instantly
Sira ang crosshair placement niya.
hit on the block for Team Secret.
It's always been that team player back on Oasis.
Oh, yun lang. Uy, muntik pa ang hanep.
Coming out from Ash down to
Buisit.
it at the end, you still have the spike getting planted. 1v3 for Karon.
You're not expecting too much here, are you? Long rotate as well for Karen, having to come all the way over from A. This Team Secret just had so much map control in that round, and Berserks still holding on to that mid rotate.
Coach ka po ng Team Secret or si Coach RBTX? Si RBTX ang coach ng Team Secret. Pag ako ang nag-coach, baka kasi pagkama ng auto-champ na eh.
Feels like you're starting to turn the tables around now. Gen.G, like you mentioned before, have been playing so, I guess,
Save
passive
na yan.
across the map.
Right.
And that allows for players like Berserks to just, trip the sheer wall, and that brings the attention away of slight
mag-aasakit talaga ako.
thinking that it's going to end up on A, but in fact, there are 3 players hiding out in garage just waiting to spring onto Lakia at a moment's notice.
Yeah, it's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Had nowhere to go. Caught out of position.
Would love to see Texture not die too early on.
Well, yeah, I think that's the thing. I mean, it feels like an awkward spot for him. Obviously, he's maybe not necessarily wanting to take that
Muntik
fight.
po eh, no?
Texture, I think, has been one of the standouts from Gen.G this season.
Wait niyo po sa bid ni Jillifop.
And,
B2.
to see him
Ah,
having
syempre, kit si
rough
Jilly.
start,
Dekot
that
din
might be
ako.
part of the reason why you're getting an early timeout here from Gen.G. Want to have a chat with the coach. Solo, obviously, one of, if not the best FPS player in the history of FPS in Asia.
Oh, hey, you have some experience there, huh?
Yeah, and there's going to be a lot of people that are going to go, "What's he talking about? He's a coach." Mate,
You don't know ball.
I'm 31 years old, right?
You gotta know
So,
the history.
This guy's
of ball.
he's been
What
around
the hell?
block
Yung
for
ganda nun, no?
Yeah.
DIY lang kaya yung baril na yun?
Hopefully he's got some nuggets of wisdom to give to the team here.
Yeah, I mean, you would have hoped. I think that's what the desk was kind of talking about a little bit as well. Just the fact that maybe a year or 2 ago, Gen.G were looking like that team. Of course, back then they had Munchkin on the roster, but now we'll see what they could do with Karn on this Vice, Kite coming in as the sub, but someone who has had some IGL responsibilities on the Gen.G Academy team. So hopefully, of course, maybe not this round though.
Well, but yeah, it's a bit of a spotty bite for Gen.G, isn't it? You might not be expecting too much out of this round. Perhaps that conversation was, what do we do next round? Hope for the best in this round. Bit of garage control already established for Gen.G. It's nice, but they aren't actually pushing it. They're not actually getting the information, so they're not really to know necessarily that this setup is headed towards A.
Perhaps after some elapsed time, then you could start to push up. If Ash picks up an orb or something as well, you would have the overdrive. That would be huge. Over onto the A site, though.
Would be pretty bold to do that, though, as the solo hold on B to be pushing in alone.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a risk.
Tutulak nila yung A, pre. Kaso kailangan mapitas si Zeus kasi
contacting their way in.
Outlaw ang hawak
You're
niya, tol.
absolutely right.
No!
Just now noticing this very deliberate wall, but
Nice
still the
trade.
shots going quite
Trades.
here for Gen.G.
Real 3. I think Gen.G will take that. A couple of freebies. Let's see if Lakia can land one as well. Not going to get the opportunity just yet, and now his position given away by those
Bro, you
shots.
can't lose this, okay? You don't have a gun. They don't have a gun. They don't have a gun.
He's okay for the moment. And having to take
Nice,
that duel just for
Nice,
one. Ash.
Yun lang, may ulti si Ashu.
All of a sudden, now we're in the 1v1. Overdrive going to be ripped. Looking for Jesse Van.
Ah!
Done for
Enti.
Gen.G.
Nakapag-overdrive ang gagi.
That Team Secret probably would not have liked to have seen go on the way of Gen.G. I mean, think about the buy that Gen.G had there. There was really not a lot in it. That's not one of those rounds that you can afford to lose.
Hell no. I mean, just
Na
playing out
tripty
towards
yung
the top of ramps, perhaps
swerte.
this very deliberate wall kind of sold to Gen.G that something might be feeling a little bit sussy out towards a ramp.
Yep. Yeah, I didn't mind the initial setup, but it felt like they kind of just got caught on that walk up.
Hindi nila nakita yung sa likod.
See that in the end, it's just a really nice play from Ash, right? You have that little individual pop-off moment, and that's all that you really need, especially if it's coming from your Neon, who is going to be the one agent that really can do something like that.
Never would have expected it, by the way. Ash, previously the controller player, now he's onto the Neon, and we're off to the next round as well. Team Secret pick up the pace, but
Bro,
Texture has the
texture
off.
with the op.
Maybe a little bit too overzealous there from Lakia, but luckily, again, Texture there to trade out. So nice spacing from Gen.G, and I kind of like that a little bit more from them, right? We talked about maybe they were a little bit passive, a little bit reserved in some of those opening rounds on the defense, but now very proactive, very aggressive in this round, and you can see how it's already unsettled Team Secret and their plans back now to a 3-on-4.
They've taken all they wanted. Ash is still up towards a tower, so he's able to kind of pivot back and forth and just keep things in check. Otherwise, you shift to something like a fast flood or a retake setup where Texture has the showstopper, and that can definitely still give Gen.G what they need.
Isi-save nila to pagka ano.
Team Secret though, aren't you?
Pagka ano.
Just trying to batter down the door and hope for the best.
Pag bumagsak si
Reasonable idea that this is going to be an A hit.
Hank Bush.
Still gone down.
Save.
Rotation hasn't
Kita.
quite come through just yet from Gen.G, but fast lane out from Ash to slow down that progression and
Ganda ng
to
position
manage to
nito,
get
pre.
the job done here on the off angle. Taking those
Hindi
picks
na.
for another
Lalaban na, no.
kill. Not just the two players remaining. Nice double swing from Gen.G. And they're making this one look very easy. Very
Dito siya nag-clutch moment nun.
in this round. Info
Enti.
Kite will take the
Dito
fight.
siya nag-clutch nun eh. Yung Red Bull
None
clutch
of those
ni ano.
Team Secret guys in that final 3-on-4
Sylvan
got a chance to fire
split.
a bullet basically. So just good work on the individual level there from Gen.G.
Especially when you got Texture back on that operator, of course. I mean, I don't really mind it, but as you mentioned, information given, that's the kill taken as well at the end. That's what Gen.G can do. They feel like they have enough map control. They have the angles under lock as well.
Yeah.
So there's not too much need to overextend.
Enti
or
boys.
Every duel in the 3v4 was a disadvantageous duel for Team Secret, so very, very well played for Gen.G. And they will reap the rewards of that by forcing, again, a bit of an awkward buy-through here for Team Secret. Jesse Fash and Sylvan having to go down to the Sheriff only. So a little bit awkward on the economic front.
A little bit curious what Zeus is looking to do with the overdrive as well, though. But for Team Secret, otherwise, it's back to the drawing board. A bit of scouting out towards middle, but some contact with Ash slipping out of the smokes. He's got the escape plan with that relay bolt as well.
Yep. Again, a little bit of proactivity out from Gen.G early in the round. Find a nice early duel. Force the 4v5. Play it out a bit more standard. I mean, you do have Texture here who is kind of looking to push the issue in Warehouse, getting a lot of information, relieving quite a bit of that
Kada
pressure
mag-spam,
overall.
nagagalit si
A
Haru.
lot of trust in the Vise setup towards A as well. So Gen.G feeling pretty comfortable. They've got that crossfire set up towards B.
Oh my god.
Lakia, though, some investigation at hand.
Baram. Yun lang.
Careful there. Gets away with
At
it.
naka, pag sumilip kayo, nandiyan si
Benefit, of course, is that
Texture.
Texture has got so much info over on Warehouse. He knows there's nothing happening there. Rotation coming through though for Team Secret. They're really trying to toy with the rotations of Gen.G, but Kite has caught them with their pants down.
Save.
That is the spike dropped as well, and with that you say the chances of this round have gone up in smoke for Team Secret. They're going to be able to pull themselves out of this one.
Grabe
At
naman-
all.
grabe
Gen.G
naman
with
yung
three, and
Gen.G
national division
dito.
of Gen.G 5-2. And to the guys on the analyst desk, I say, you guys even know what you're talking about?
Oh man, yeah.
Preach space sa ramps para maging confident sila mag-push ng main tsaka Raptors. Pwede, pero ako gagawin ko dito.
I mean, it's early. It's early. But it is 5-2.
Ano?
I mean, to be
Ganun.
And it is Team Secret's map.
we've got Filipino on there as well.
Okay, that's fine. Mika can be biased. That's okay. Like, that's all good.
Now I think it still can feel like a pretty even matchup, but
Mate,
as
Berserk's
Team
is 0-5.
Secret, I know, as Team Secret, you need them to be able to pick up their
Leo,
own
may
map
gift ako
pick,
sa'yo.
right?
Thank you.
Berserk's has been relegated to just lurk duties, and unfortunately, he's not really able to walk away with much.
Hawak na ni
else.
Texture
And in
yung
that
ano
round
niya
as
eh.
well,
Off
again,
niya eh.
you've got
Delikado
Ash
na
getting
pumikpik
proactive.
niyan.
Texture on
Ako
the
dyan
front
ano,
in full line, and that's just
smoke,
provides so
then
much
rush.
value. Team Secret on the other hand though, you know, maybe
Diba?
not really
Pagkaputok
expecting
dito
or
nga ma.
being caught, by, in fact, Kite. I think that's one of the biggest factors that we haven't quite yet talked about. This guy's a sub.
He's doing well for a sub.
A lot of praise for his smoke timings just the past week. He was credited with an insane retake setup on B Haven just back then against KRX of all teams. But right now, I mean, he's just in his element, holding lines. We'll have a listen into Team Secret though.
Di, legit yan. I-smoke din. Ganun lang. Pasok.
I jump pick just. I think I'm gonna go close. Nothing.
Ayan no. Delikado na kasi off nito eh.
You can go closer then.
Nothing
Ah, delikado yan. Nag-pick sila dyan sa B. Oh. Ayun, oh.
Ready now?
Dog.
Patay.
Wait, flash. Give me pit. Nothing close.
Ayan na. Bang! Diba? Sabi ko sa inyo, sobrang delikado ng off ni Texture.
Texture not missing that kind of a shot. Team Secret off the back of their timeout. Haven't really
Rush
established
to,
themselves
dapat
too well in this
rush.
round so far. I mean, they take a bit of mid control, sure, but they're down 4 and 5 again.
Blind rush.
Constant problem for them, losing.
Hulaan na lang nila kung nasan.
Now, what's the game plan here? Do we pivot back over onto A side? I know Berserk's has kind of slipped the net, but at the same time, Gen.G should be quite cautious. They're scratching their heads right now because it's utility pulled all over across the map. Some relay bolts to keep them invested over by B as well. Can Kite and Ash stand up to the task?
Nako.
Kite was pretty good last round. He's pretty good.
Same
this round.
angle kanina.
This guy's a sub? Yeah. Well, Zeus eventually takes him down, but oh, he's going to need a little bit more. The 2's not enough. Doesn't get me excited yet, Quack. 1v3 for Berserks, who as of yet hasn't found a frag, and well, this would be the round to do it.
I hear it takes quite a lot to get you excited.
It does. I mean, he's got the spike, but he's only got 15 seconds
Oh.
here, so he's going to have to move quickly to A to get that plan down, and Gen.G are all over it. They are so aware that he has no other option. They might just catch him on the plant, or at the very least they'll be able to take that space. And yeah, there is no
Talaga,
way
pinaulan na,
to
no?
go for Berserks. What are you going to do?
Putik, ininom lahat eh.
Unfortunately, not much. That's just about maybe one of the worst feelings in the world. Worst ways to go out in the round. Yeah, just know that death is looming around the corners. He's still on.
Buti pa si Madam magaling mag-coach. Tentado kay Stepan niya.
But that's the thing as well. Again, we go back to it, and it's Kite with the multi-kill that stabilizes the round for Gen.G. This man is not just a sub. He was also the IGL for the Academy team, and he's still fragging out onto the Astra, just holding down the line.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, Ash is also looking really good here on the Neon. Talked about that being an agent change-up, role change-up for him. I mean, you can't complain. He's 12 and 3 right now. Maybe looking for a little bit more inside this dark cover, and if they walk into him, you think it should be a
Yun lang, butas yung mid. Ano, pwede yan.
Nice skill for
Gay,
Secret
banat.
grab, but is it going to be enough to
Oh,
get
banat.
Secret into this round? Kite's got the info, and again, he's going to be good for one, but Texture here is the one
Nako,
pressure.
nipis niya. Nice oh, likodan mo, nice. Ala na upper.
Behind, Karen trying to stabilize.
Kaso nakapag-ult. Di nga lang makapasok. Nice. One Zeus.
Back to sidearms only, and that's going to allow for Locky to kind of slip through, but with teammates down all around the corner.
Pit invested as well. You can see how important this one is going to be for Team Secret. Surely not a 1v3 for Lakia, and it will not be the case as
Good job.
finish it off. But
Sub ka na, Leo. Ay, tol, medyo ano pa kasi.
I guess that's a little bit of
Inaaral ko pa yung
Gen.G
Sage.
picked up earlier.
Yun na kasi yung new meta sa
Halfway
susunod
round
na
that they
ano.
have. So, all's fair, 1 for 1.
Yeah, but despite that, perhaps just again
Bang.
awkward moments from Gen.G in some spots. Texture caught out in an open position, still scoped in. I was hoping that perhaps he would have shifted over to,
Nice, boys.
you know,
You could see,
escaping out.
you could see he tried to find the timing on the first player that dropped, but he missed that timing, and then he recognized that he was going to get
May
pushed over the
pang-op
top.
ulit ah.
I think it was just between a rock and a
Okay,
hard
unahan
place.
na lang pong makapitas to. Eto na ho.
In the end, yeah, just flanked. And
Ayan, boom! Nice ah!
Magic is now lost for Gen.G as they've lost that previous round. Now Texture's
Up to
gone
up
down,
yun.
so starting to activate. Team Secret could be on the warpath again here, coming back in this half.
Trying to at least end up with a 6-6 or 7-5.
Yeah, get a couple more rounds.
Wala guys,
at least,
yung
right?
sakit
Sure,
talaga
I think
ng
you
ano ko.
can drop in 3 on the attack.
Look at Gen.G though.
Ng lalamunan.
I'm not too happy with what they see around the B side. They have still, you know, some utility across, so more resources dumped into A.
Peek Zeus again. Surely that's a mistake.
Boom!
Will be punished as Karen will go down. There's a
Boom!
Team
Smoothie!
Secret that Gen.G have walked into.
Nice! So Zeus,
No
yun
salvage.
sana no?
I kind of get it though,
Zeus!
on behalf of Gen.G, right? You're down 4 on 5, you want to make a play, you want to make something happen. It's unfortunate that they choose
The
that as the
operator.
option.
Well, that's going to be a tied score on the kill feed for now. It's Zeus and Ash. But apart from that, yeah, despite wanting to see Gen.G getting proactive,
Isa pa oh.
perhaps
Misa pa eh oh.
some
Pang!
more, you know, coverage or some kind of utility to allow them to get a safe peek instead. Then again, that's Team Secret switching up the pace against Gen.G.
Yeah. It's true. They might
Tingin ko stage 2, tas ito pa ring roster na to.
have a look early
Tingin ko auto
outside of A.
champ.
Had success there in the last round. But this will not be a commitment.
And that's some pretty good conditioning work as well.
Ooh, awkward
Oy,
timing.
same ang.
Yeah, the orb just goes up.
Ah!
Shot. I think he might have caught a glimpse of him before.
What's happening towards the B side though? Has Lakia spotted something? He's repositioned all the way towards the back end.
What is that?
Some reliance on Takaran's
Uy.
utility, but unfortunately that gets checked by
Oy!
Snowball popped. Then Ash to slip through into the smokes where unfortunately
Bawi lang ng
Berserks
ganong
will not find
kabilis.
any choice still.
It's a pretty swift response from Gen.G, isn't it? Looked a bit awkward there for a moment that, you know, Karen just gets shot in the side of her head, but Gen.G very much had that on lock, as you can tell, prepared for it.
Really just slows down the pace from Team Secret. 1v3 from Kelly.
Ah,
but
NT.
with Ash's quick movement just makes it impossible.
7-4.
Last round before the switch.
Just really still seeing some attempts from Team Secret, but then getting caught up by some micro plays and movements out from Gen.G. Spam, they caught a slight sliver in towards Garage Choke where they just kind of feel like they're never ever able to make it out alive, especially when Karen switches his setup onto that wall.
Right.
Like you take some coordination to clear that together as a team.
Quick feet, quick.
Well, last chance attempt here for Team Secret on the attack. Don't think you'll be happy with 4. Still managed to grab themselves 5. Guiding Light will get them into Warehouse.
A bit more passive from Gen.G this time. They are sitting on ultimates. Texture hasn't had to use a showstopper yet.
Imagine it'll be getting ripped in this round. Jesse Vash, the ulti coming online as well. Some Seekers available. A little bit available to play with there for Team Secret. Maybe if Sylvan can find another kill in this round. That's not the most impactful of ultis though, is it?
Go back to thinking about what's the
Abot
game plan
ba?
for Team
Ay, abot.
Secret. They've
Ayan,
been
nakita niyo
scouting out
dalawa.
most of middle with the dog, and that's quite telling for Gen.G to get ready.
Ooh! Alright, that's not worked out well for Zeus at all. Whoa, getting Neon diffed by
Ah.
a moment in the showstopper from downtown, catches Berserks, who will end the half with only the 1 kill. Texture is taking this round into his own hands and, well, pretty much just ending Team Secret of his own volition. It is looking awkward here for Team Secret in the 2v5.
It's pretty textbook though.
30 seconds left.
Again, losing
Patay.
down numbers, and then Gen.G starts to go for the hunt. Lakia with a double kill to finish it off.
I mean, Gen.G putting on a bit of a show
8-4.
for their fans that turned up today. And I think you've got to respect
depending,
the fans.
bawi depending.
Obviously been struggling this
Bawi
season,
depending,
and,
bawi depending.
I think it's very easy to be a fair weather supporter and say, they're not doing that well, I'm not going to go watch them this week, whatever. You know, we've all been there, favourite sports team or whatever, and they're like bottom of the league, and you're like, I can't deal with this pain again. But, you know, you get rewarded when you come and watch Gen.G play like this, because I think the fans will be very happy with this.
hands down, we actually had that lovely little interaction in the
elevator.
They spotted Lakia outside with the doors opened up, and they were like, "Oh, Lakia!"
I think he waved at them or something.
He
and then
did.
They really got excited.
At least three points.
There was another one.
Leo, sub mo na. Antol, di ako makakalipad Korea ngayon eh.
Wearing a Gen.G jersey. And,
Copy.
I heard us talking about the game, and then she said Gen.G. And then she said, I'm a Gen.G fan. And I thought, there's no way. How could we have guessed?
Di ako makasigaw.
With the
Ultik
jacket
sa
on. It's
nalalamunan ko.
supportive. You love to see it, and that's what they're all here for. I think we're here for it as well. I mean, apart from our predictions, of course, it's nice to see Gen.G trying to adjust to the current meta, starting to adapt that double duelist, and it clearly shows that it can work on some other maps that they've tried out before. Maybe not so much, but Haven definitely one of those strong ones. Team Secret banded out clearly, not wanting to go down that path.
Yeah.
But onto Split, a map which Gen.G has only played once. They dropped it to Global Esports in the first week.
Right.
It's a lovely surprise, and if they can continue on this trend, who knows what's going to happen in Stage 2.
Look, I mean, if you can keep getting this kind of performance from Ash, I think you'd be very happy with that. Texture, I mean, maybe would you say down on the output a little bit, but it's not a bad result at all, 8-6, right? So. Yeah. I don't think you can be too mad about that at all. And look, now that they're obviously moving on to the attack, maybe that's where Texture comes into play a little bit more. You know, jumping in with the satchels and getting into some funny business. We'll see how this ends up obviously playing out. And this round underway. Gen.G taking a bit of mid control. Imagine it'll just be the B split here for them.
Quite likely. Team Secret just turtling up towards the back of B site instead. The trip kind of a signal, but the high-low outside of Garage.
Oh, 1 or 2 taps going through there from Kelly S, but only one of them
Yun,
connecting.
nice.
Luckily, Sylvan is there for the fadeaway, and that just about wins that engagement.
Di ikot yan, tol. May dalawa sa likod. May dalawa sa likod.
He's got the spike. If he goes down, this round gets really awkward for Gen.G, but he will go down swinging at the very least. Back into the 2-on-2. Jesse Bash comes
Nice,
through.
Ankbash.
Karen and Kite, who had dropped into
Nice,
the side. So Team Secret take the pistol in the second half.
And that's something that's always admirable as well. Just to kick things off, you know, try to find some wind in your sails. That little adaptation to decide to push into Garage, I think, is what solidifies the round for me. As a trio, they took down, you know, Ash. Sure, it took some work, and it was magnificent coming out from Ash, but it's always that little recognition from Team Secret. We know where Gen.G are.
Nice.
Let's pivot around that. Jesse Vash from the top of Rafters.
Kailan pwedeng mag-sub si coach?
Seymour.
Susunod pa sa susunod.
Gen.G not messing around though. Straight back in again.
Lugi sila eh pag ako naglaro eh.
Okay. Little haunt action.
What? Well,
Walang smoke.
just hit a good shot.
Buti meron pang ano, second.
A kill, but it's also an ult orb, so it's going to start to the round here for Gen.G on what really shouldn't be much of a round, but remember, they pulled off already one cheap round win. Do it again. I think they've got less tools in this instance, obviously, but
Oh.
no.
Yeah, some false information with that flash from Jesse Vash. Now you might see a B split starting to get staged. Gotta clear that trip though.
Yeah.
That's where you hope to see some utility getting pulled.
Page Shell's going to go out.
Nice,
Prowler
oh. Bang!
It's not enough to help Ash or Karen on the entry.
Buti.
Sharp
Buti na lang.
shots from Kelly S. And Team Secret. They're
4K oh.
showing some moments so far on this map, right? I don't think we can say they've been completely out of it.
Second kill on the board for Berserks.
Oy!
From Kelly S.
Ah!
On my built-in team, of course.
Butik yamot yun si Kelly.
Yeah, I don't know what you were doing there, buddy.
Well, he's not doing too bad. 10 to 12 could be worse in a losing game. Lakia
Nice,
finished off by Jesse Vash. And so that'll be 8-6. It's obviously a decent start to the second half here for Team Secret, who are underway nicely. All's fair. Get the pistol and the subsequent round for both Gen.G and now Team Secret on their defensive side.
Yeah, I think it was minimal losses as well, so not too bad of a drop-off. More importantly, you want to see players like Kellyus and Berserks get back on the board as well. I mean, popping off that Poison Cloud just in the nick of time. Yeah, get some vibes back in. It's not all doom and gloom just yet. 6 to 8, very recoverable. Maybe not so much on this round though. Gen.G with the full buys back in towards B.
Another contact play from Gen.G. Really been loving that. This time obviously making a fair bit of noise, and so that's going to prompt the dark cover across from Sylvan. does push them away. And I like this from Team Secret as well, right? Like pushing out on the A side of the map when you know there's some contact being made over on B, right? They're playing that push and pull very well.
Yeah, that's the thing about Gen.G's composition. You don't really have that Viper to play, you know, lurk around. Maybe just Karen, but quite clear for the intentions from Gen.G to end up still in some form of B split. But you also notice Berserk is trying to switch up the tripwire setups. This time he's placed it a lot more further up front outside of Garage. If Gen.G doesn't check that,
You've got the double setup as well on B here.
Nope.
Berserks and Jesse fast ready. This could be bad for Gen.G. Round the
Nice,
corner.
oh!
Shots are connected.
Sisilip pa yan.
Secret, it's almost as if
Nice. Smooth.
decimated
Oh,
Gen.G.
oh. Don't choke it.
Find a couple on the
Don't.
back end.
Don't choke it.
He has got a lot of recovery
Okay.
to do in this round if he wants to pull anything out of it. 35 seconds is
You
also
cannot
not a lot of
choke
time
it.
to work with. Knight goes past him, which will mean
Bro, you
Gen.G
can't.
is caught off guard, fakes the tap. Information now given. What?
Bro, you can't, bro.
Has threaded the
Get
needle.
gun.
Did they miss him? They saw. I swear they saw him.
I'm pretty sure they did, but they're kind of just recognizing that, all right, he's gone off
Parehas
he's
out na
onto
to.
A site.
Right.
Let's just pick up as many guns as possible, because what they had previously was an outlaw and a
Yeah.
sheriff.
Yeah.
10 seconds left.
You're right. Sylvan porting into the side.
Dude, you can't fumble this shit, okay?
They're on their way.
You can't fumble this.
Got a lot of time to take space, which he hasn't done. So I wonder if that even in itself is going to be a bit of a question mark here for Team
One way.
Secret. One way going to go out. Try and disrupt his position, which will do a pretty good job of that. Lakia, though, happy to just play the time. Here's the footsteps now. Gets those first shots through nicely, but where
Nice!
from? He's got no idea.
Woo! Muntik pa!
And it will be around for Team Secret that got way too close for comfort.
Let's go, Sylvan. One of the best controllers that we have, weirdly enough.
So they
Actually,
say.
stat-wise, yes. That's what Pilsky said.
He's not really my favorite analyst, but he does have some good points here and there.
But that is, in fact, the bonus round picked up by Team Secret just because they were able to put up that stronghold outside of Garage. They had the defensive setups. They're switching it all up around. Meanwhile, though, for Gen.G, despite the best attempt from Lakia to try to turn things around, it's still tricky. You still you're working with a composition where if you're not able to explode off of Ash and Texture, it's just kind of awkward to see Lakia trying to scout around with the Prowler.
This is starting to look a bit awkward for Gen.G. Might have got a bit too excited, a bit too early.
Coach, kahit isang panalo lang, awa na lang, coach. Tol, tingin mo ba ayoko? Gusto ko manalo, tol. Nagkakasakit na ako.
Trip's going to be dealt with. We see that's some info for Team Secret, so Gen.G prompted to go a little bit quicker here. Fast lane out, Berserks backing away nicely.
Nice, so Silvanim. Silvanim, sinilip siya, Silvanim. Sinilip siya. Oh my, siya mga gumana yung ulo.
Winning play.
At dahil
8 equalized now. Team Secret flawless on the defense so far.
What has happened? I mean, it feels like similar signs to what we saw from Gen.G versus GE in the first week of this group stage. Their attacking side wasn't that strong, and that's what we're seeing right now. You know, all the momentum knocked away, Team Secret picking it up. They're not
green time mamaya. Pag gumaan, pakiramdam ko, green time.
And at the same time, it's an all-in or nothing
Saan
strat where
pakiramdam
you're
ko?
just dumping alt into sight, but if Team Secret react appropriately, that's that. Once again, all in or nothing.
Ooh, showstopper out here for Texture, but hasn't found a target to use it on.
Pag ito may napatay, birthday niya.
End up being a wasted ulti, which is a pretty big one as
Buhay
well.
yung
for
site.
Gen.G. It does get them into the site, to be fair. The plant goes down early, they've got some space, so you get something out of it. They would have loved the kill. Ooh, Ash will deliver, as he did.
Nice,
First
oh.
half, but this
Nice
time
trade.
only for one.
Can
One
heal,
might
can
not be
heal, can
enough.
heal, can
Okay,
heal.
Catching Kelly S on the rotate. There's layers to this round.
When ka papasok ng pro bossing, haha. O, tinatawanan.
The picture, if necessary,
Umutawanan na talo tuloy. Para ka namang gagi.
Lakia and Karen will get it done at 9. Gen.G have their first on attack.
Kinilig ako kay Silvan, coach. Masama yan. Masama yan.
I think that's what caused the entire round to play out this way. Also, pretty interesting to see how that shear wall is used. Oftentimes, you know, some kind of a flank watch or lurk play, but instead they used it post-plant just to block off the entirety of Heaven, and that worked out pretty nicely.
I was going to say, I think at this point, you know, we're thinking about a Gen.G timeout soon, but the fact that they at least picked that round up maybe delays it somewhat. We'll see. Faster from
Nice
Ash
kill.
this time, straight into the paranoia. And gets deleted for his trouble, so as quickly as it's going well for Gen.G, it starts to go poorly again.
Yeah, perhaps thinking like, you know, we've got the B site like 4 rounds in a row. Let's try A.
Yun lang na plant agad sabi ni AA
Too
Ron.
telegraphed perhaps for Team Secret's liking. Back towards middle, and already Team Secret's getting a good read across the map, thinking the rotations are going across.
Yeah, it's going to be a big brawl in mid. And the setup that you've got here for Team Secret looks pretty good to me. Rala
Oh,
cancel
pushing
out
mid.
the trip.
Okay, hindi nasira yung trip.
She's still not able to get rid of it though.
Bang! Nice pick!
Yeah, this is the issue. You've just got so many numbers there for Gen.G that what's Team Secret really going to... sorry, for Team Secret, what's Gen.G really going to do?
Right.
Spike's dropped in mid as well.
Oof. Alright.
Ah, VCT yan, hindi yan
You
ano.
can kind of somehow work around this crossfire slight. Kelly, yes, on the flank.
Kite, I don't think he checks this, does he?
Knife mo! Knife mo! Knife! Knife! Let's go!
Yeah, to do it to demoralize him.
Ah, nagiging masaya na lang tayo, no? Dat pala masaya ka na
A
lang.
little bit. I mean, this again could be Team Secret looking to angle themselves towards a map victory. Which, if I'm not incorrect, would be their
Boom! Nice oh!
of the season. They did pick one up last week against Longship.
If it's actually picked up, there's
If it's picked up.
slight chance. But otherwise, just kind of awkward now for Gen.G again. We'll be back to the
Seconds left.
kind of issue of working around this competition. Trying to bait out that reaction with the Team Secret are already reading them.
Here's the timeout. As expected, it probably got delayed one round by the fact that Gen.G did actually pick one up, but they need a bit of help here. To be fair, after the timeout that they had in the first half, they went on a string of 4 rounds, so they can do that again. They've won the map. Might be easier
We
said
need
than
that
done for the
Tondo
attack.
thing. Earlier match sana eh, no? Yung mga previous match eh. Yan siguro kailangan natin yung Tondo thing na yun.
Well, the one round where they did win was just because of that ult that Team Secret paid respect to.
Well, I think the thing as well is that Ash has kind of cooled off a little bit in the second half, a bit more difficult to sort of get things going when you're having to provide that space, be the entry.
It's just a very, you know, different take to how the double duelist with the Neon and the Rays could be. The way that texture sometimes, perhaps a little bit more reserved as compared to some of the Jing.
Magic 1 pa pala
You
yun.
want the race to be going first and the Neon to be going second, is that what you're saying?
It just depends, but potentially it's not impossible for that to be a thing.
So,
Right
saan
now,
pa bang
again,
laban
just wanna work your way
TS?
around
Wala
it,
na.
break
Tapos
some
na
scripts, show
playoffs
some
na sana eh.
conditioning.
Stage 1.
Not really
Stage 2 na next. Sayang di pa pwede maglaro si Jesus sa mga first week view. May chance sana sa playoff. Oh, di ba? Alam mo din.
Time dark cover, but they're already inside of it, so they just can't break it. No. I mean, and there's a lot of delay util as well for Team Secret. They've got the dark cover, they've also got the orb available if they want it.
They're also still playing 4 around middle just to play around that trap.
And there's trips. I mean, how do you even take mid here, right? As Gen.G, that feels like an insurmountable odd.
You would think paint shells or something to break it and go somewhere else off. But no, they've left that unchecked. Team Secret kind of read around it.
Seems like a good read. 3 players back towards the A site here for Team Secret. Prowler's now spotted, and Ash will be spotted as well. So that's going to be information given to Team Secret. They haven't started their rotate yet for those B
Heaven,
players.
pushing
Fair,
heaven.
Gen.G haven't quite committed to A yet either. They could still go
Papuntang B.
all the way back over to B, which seems like it might be the play around the world. Kite is going to pop that trip, and that might give the info over.
Oh my goodness, what a call by Coach Solo as we end up back towards the site. Steel Garden ripped as well. Team Secret will be forced to respect it. That should be spike plant.
5 on 5 again with the plant down. Gen.G won one of those rounds before. Can they do it again? This is an interesting retake attempt though for Team Secret. They've actually got quite a bit.
Sayang!
They have lost Silver and now
Sayang yun!
well, and well, that kill feed is lining up for all the wrong reasons as far as Team Secret is concerned.
Di na blind ka agad!
So, I guess
Oh.
the win condition for Gen.G, as stupid as this might sound, is get the plant down.
Oh, yes. Perhaps.
They get a plant down 5v5, they've looked really good.
Start to play around that Bucky as well, something that Team Secret definitely not expecting. But it's also just
Wala kahit
the most
maglaro. Hindi, may
insane
chance
way
talaga
to
to.
end up on the
Upgrade
B side.
talaga si Zeus, pre.
Pull off so much
Kung
utility, it's quite
makikita
a
mo
risk.
naman.
It's got to be frustrating for Gen.G, for Team Secret, right? Like, you've done so much work to get back to an equal scoreline, and immediately it's taken back away by Gen.G, and then it's taken away again. You know, you're always still playing catch-up here.
Who knows? I mean, that's off the coach timeout as well.
Tapos
though,
lang
so
ng class ko, Mio.
hope to see maybe
Di ka man
Gen.G
lang
just being able to
nag-update.
string more rounds together, because there's still a chance Team Secret turns it back around. I mean, that was one of those trick
Ay,
plays where you
nag-update
conceal
ka pa.
movement, ending up back from A all the way over onto B. This time around, Team Secret still sitting on some ults, especially that Viper Spit that comes in handy around mid.
B-side's completely open. Gen.G not quite going to pull the trigger immediately, but they're going to start to have a look now. Ash has
Good
already
afternoon,
managed to
Joe
cross,
and
so
John.
nice space being taken by Gen.G, and like I said, you know, if they can get a plant down, they've looked really good, and they're going to get another plant down here. 5v5, Pit out in middle.
Chapul.
Take down early on in this engagement though, so it's 4v5 and Team Secret have that advantage to play with. Flash
Nice.
pops, pushes Texture back, Lakia falls in the meanwhile. Now Texture has to get involved alongside Karen, who's found himself a double, needs a little bit more and won't get it. It's on to Texture solo, who's playing a ring around the rosy here with Team Secret. They can't find him. Time ticking away, obviously. Defuse going to be tapped, Texture. Looks like he's going to take the gamble that it's not a stick, and it will prove to be correct, but he's going to have to go now. The stick on. And
Nice,
Texture taking the peak. That will be around for Team Secret.
Mayari mo lang. Lasing go uwian mo.
Just lost the flash, but perhaps not safe enough to pull out utility.
Mag-aalas.
that
4:30
so,
siguro.
nonetheless, despite the spike plant this time,
Thank you for the follow,
it's the
John.
post-plant setups that all get
John,
disrupted
John.
by Team Secret. They had that peek
Pwede ka
out
bang
from
gawing
heaven,
ninang
which
sa magiging
catches the
anak ko?
player out in position. You had the flash just to support the entire firefight as well, and some lovely
Bad
movement
trip
from
na
Zeus.
naman
I
ako.
think the issue here as well for Gen.G is they just didn't quite get as much space on the site as the previous two plans that they had. If you remember, they were able to play a little bit more aggressively in the post plan in the previous couple of rounds. This time, Kite, he's taking that swing from
Laglag
the
na
site.
TS sa playoff
Trying to take
Leo,
that
di ba?
space,
Yes,
and
bro.
he just gets
Laglag na
picked off, and
TS,
as we are
laglag
now
na
then into
Gen.G.
the 4-on-5, we've got a bit of a tech. What is this?
What the hell is that?
Oh, it's a hand warmer.
Pumutok yung hand warmer.
Oh my god, that's dangerous as hell. Well,
Might have got to be angry after that death in the 5-on-5.
just slammed onto the warmer. I
Slammed on the warmer.
Ang tanong is, kahit pa paano ba may chance pa Secret to qualify for World
I think
Champ?
he should be.
Ngayon, wala pa.
They don't get that
Stage 2 siguro.
They get warm.
TS Pinoy,
That's
yes.
true. And it's honestly not that cold right now, but
No, not
either way,
That's right.
still though, just one of these rounds again, like you mentioned. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, you can read the bottom text, right?
Nakaka-addict yung hand warmer na yan.
I don't speak that language.
But yeah, tied up score, and there's still always that chance for Team Secret to turn things around,
Well,
despite the the slight lead that comes back in.
I think that's what we're looking for at the moment, isn't it, right? Like the fact that every single time we've got to this tied scoreline, Gen.G have then won the next round, and it's continued to be Team Secret.
Sumabog ang gagi eh.
Will be the
Piniga siguro.
will be, can Team Secret finally find that break point that they need? They might, if they do that, just run away with the rest of the map.
And that's
Sa stage
really
2, para sa akin,
better
tol,
hands,
kung
I think. I mean, just the way that they continue
mas
to kind of
nakuha
control
kasi
around
nila
middle,
yung
you
tempo
got, like,
nila nung
4 players
pumasok si
up
Zeus
in
talaga.
times. Otherwise, they could just rotate back to watching B side from heaven. Maybe shift to something more of a retake.
Para sa akin,
which,
stage
you know,
2
they can
talaga.
definitely
Chance
keep,
nila.
some stake in as well. It's clearly worked out at times for them. They hold on to that utility. Oh my goodness.
It's a tech pause, it's fine.
Okay, okay. She's woken up.
Oh no, cameraman had to do it to him. Could have zoomed.
Ngayon
a
nga
little
lang,
bit, you know?
ngayon lang nag-iinit si Silvan.
That's tough.
Kailangan lang talaga
But,
dyan
you know,
consistency
apart from all that,
Silvan sa si Berserk.
I also do feel like Texture's a
Sa
little
aim.
bit off today.
Maybe. Early days though, obviously opponent's map pick. Maybe not going to show your best footing.
And has me a little bit worried about Lotus, not gonna lie. Worried about our predictions.
I'm not worried. Not worried.
How have your predictions and build divs been so far, Jordan?
To be honest, the fact that I'm not dead last is a win as far as I'm concerned.
Honestly,
I don't know kung sa YouTube daming haters
you know,
sa
I've been
these
dead last.
Jesse.
That sucks. Like,
Haters gonna hate, bro. Stay mad. Yan na lang talaga.
Some Indonesian fans as well, which is always nice. But yeah, Team Secret definitely still pretty decent so far with how they're playing the defensive side. That's what Big Time mentioned. That's what worked out for them against Paper Rex.
I mean, Paper X is a pretty good scalp. Good team to test yourself against.
Sabi nila ipa-retard na daw si Jesse.
Even if you drop down Lotus, things end up on Breeze where you never know. Sylvan just suddenly pops up and gets an ace.
I mean, diba, to qualify ang points kasi to qualify lamang sa points ang mga team. Oo, mataas na masyado yung habuli nila if ever.
Who's gonna have egg on their face? Maybe me. Tell you what though, what's life like as an admin, right? You don't expect to be doing this.
Ba't siya magre-retire
Would you
eh?
ever be an admin?
I think I've
Free
tried
will
online
nating
a little bit
Yeah, but
once.
you know, like
Maglaro.
when you're applying for a job, right? And they're like, you know, what's the perks of the
Malakas
job?
pa
It's like,
naman
oh,
siya eh.
every day is different.
Siya
Well,
yung
today is a different
kinukuha
day
ng
for the
team
admin
eh.
on stage, you know?
Ba't niya
Every
need
day is different here on the VCT
mag-retire
Pacific
o
admin.
mag-out?
One day you think, oh, I'm just going to be worrying about what they're doing, making sure the game starts on time, making refereeing decisions. Well, today, you get to see what's inside
Diba?
of a hand warmer.
Ba't niya
Have you
need
ever wondered
mag-retard?
Off a mouse pad.
Ba't niya need
Perhaps
umalis
another day
kung
you're
siya
trying
yung
to wrestle
kinukuha?
A foreign caster.
Kinukuha siya eh.
Infiltrating the desk.
That happens too.
And some other times, I don't know if I'm going to get canceled for saying this, you got to make sure players are wearing their headsets properly. Did you know about that?
36 years old.
Yeah, that was a bit of a drama.
Oh boy.
I'm just reading the information that we're getting from the production team that Gen.G fans are looking
Malabo
for a
ng
happy,
paningin.
smiley fan meet after a smooth win today.
Si Berserk nga may glasses pa eh. Sa si
It may still be a
Silver.
win crack, but I don't know if we could call this.
Ano lang talaga, matagal na lang kasi talaga si
Still some work to be done.
Sir
By the way,
Jesse
can we
kaya
have 16?
siya na lang nakikitang hate.
Okay.
Ganun lang
That's
talaga.
value. I'm getting value.
Nice.
Parang si ano lang yun.
I
Si
did
Mark Kagiwa
Let's show
dati.
Victoria is not going to be ending up on top. Either
Me
way,
too. Insufferable.
we go back into
May bootcamp sila sa
second
Korea.
set for Gen.G again. Still trying to figure out a solution to breaking that mid trip.
Yeah, but surely this is the round that Team Secret can break that combo, right? Like, look at the buy. Gen.G don't have that much to work with. 3 rifles.
Kung may manood ng
Haven't
Bano
been able to get
Pacific
it done with
Spec na
5
laging
rifles.
tarity sa akin tumatagal
You know?
na.
So
Ako,
much trust around their setup as well. They are
first
actually
ano
not
kasi
doing
ang
much
TS
space.
bro. Mga first team
Oh,
ko eh.
that's really
Waga
nice
Lakers ko
comparing
siya
to
sa
Team One,
Ginebra.
though, just in so
So,
much trouble, but
siguro kahit
still
mahina,
to get away with
ito pa rin
this one.
susuportahan ko eh. Kahit
doing something.
hindi na ako TS.
Pass in from Gen.G toward the B side.
Maga Ginebra or barang Lakers ko na
Space,
siya.
so, you know, Team Secret
Ganun.
gonna back their retake, which, you know, they're 1 for 2 on the retakes on this B side so far in the half.
You want to fight it?
And there's always still a chance. Utility looking pretty healthy, more so on the Gen.G side.
Yeah, big investment though. Cosmic Divide. Keep Team Secret isolated on their side of the site for now. With a late play from Texture who will come on the flank. Let's see if Kite can get it done. The flash is good. There's nothing for him to do at all. But time will start to become a factor as Gen.G just hold their positions for now. Ash caught off guard by Sylvan. Defuse on Lakia.
Nice!
Can't find it. And Texture with the paint shells from
Wala na,
downtown.
atin na to.
Sure
Nice!
gonna be enough.
Nice!
For Team Secret, and finally they'll
Dadating
pull
din yung
ahead.
panahon ng test no
Not
nito
gonna lie,
Stanley Beans,
This
what's
might
up
be the
bro?
round to do it for Team Secret.
Yep.
You take the next one, and that's going to be up to map point. I know Gen.G, Spy, maybe not looking the best either. They're going to be able to scrounge up something, but the way this entirely works out is the fact that Team Secret kind of used Gen.G's Cosmic Divide as a launching pad. You flash through it, and because Kite can't hear anything around it, he just doesn't click. There's not even a single reaction to it, and that allows for Team Secret to close in that space around the rest of
Grabe
the
yung
team.
mina talaga PH sa balang samantala
Oh, and I
mga
feel happy.
2022 isa tayo sa pinakamalakas.
Certainly would
Tingin
be.
ko yung ano
Lead
din
now.
yun eh.
Time to close it out,
Yung
Team
sa
Secret.
pag-adapt ng
Second
meta.
map win on the board.
Tingin ko dun.
Pacific. Stage number 1. Gen.G again going B.
Oh no. Look at the trip! It's so high up! The utility doesn't clear it.
They got it in the end, but mean, surely you can't just keep hitting B here, right? Like, it's sort of stopped working. You're getting in, you're getting plants, but you need to show a little bit more here, Gen.G, if you want to win this map still.
And that's the thing about this current meta as well, the utility timings. Try to bait out more of it from Team Secret, and that could help you a little bit more in the post plant. So you end up on A side, you need to be able to take down Zeus.
Pag umalis ba si Silvan Coach, improve pala RTS? Tingin ko hindi. Sobrang hirap umanap daw ng controller ngayon. Isa nga siya sa best controller ngayon sa sa APAC eh.
Just to try to end up regroup back in, launch the assault against Zeus. No, Jordan.
Oh, spikes drop. Zeus has
Nice.
got himself. Kelly's another the trade.
Oh, sayang.
Actually, Zeus does fall
sayang.
They're on the Sylvan as well. Will equalize the numbers. Kelly Airs
Nice.
no man's land somehow is allowed to get away with that duel, and he might find another as he's playing ring around the rosy here with Texture, and the fight is awkward. He'll get one. Again, a 1v2 though for Kite, and he's got 16 seconds to work with. How is this going to be possible? Has to just try and send it. Needs to get that spike. Needs to get in onto the site. It's surely not going to happen. He's going to cancel and try and save that rifle through to the next round.
You can hear him running down though.
Run!
That's a quick chase for Kelly S.
Nice so, last one, boys.
Surely not.
Match point.
Don't be offended if fans want to see changes sa team C. Actually, tinry naman nila bro. Nag-iba naman sila. Umupo nga si Jesse Bash nung last year, stage 2.
Zeus
Diba?
finding that one little nook.
Nung umupo siya, hinanap naman siya.
Springs out with that judge, and that's enough of a play to break Gen.G's momentum in the round.
Ayan, bago. Request nila si Kelly is si Zeus and request ng fan.
Gonna have to make the most out of it.
Bago naman yung mga yan, may mga potential. Natatalo lang din talaga yung bago.
Prowler again just going to be sent out in mid. Again though, you feel
Ano tas mo dyan sa sinagol mga TS dati na ban lang basher na ngayon. Hindi ban yun hindi ano yan, hindi basher yun. Content lang yun mga bro. Tropa magtotropa yan. Kala nyo lang.
similar 5-on-5.
Gonna play around that forward space though.
Content lang yun.
As well, man. Surely you're never expecting a player on that kind of a line. Kite so deep, gets Kelly S.
Pag hate mo ang team ng TS, doon ka sumisikat.
Again, how much is that really going to help you?
Pagka hate train mo ang TS, doon ka papanoorin.
Into 5 waiting players, Texture for
So,
1.
content lang yun ni Gian.
This looks like Gen.G will hold on at least for now. 11 to 12, so it's not done yet.
There we go. But yeah, not out of the woods. Still very possible for Team Secret to end.
Kunin na natin to.
Depending on how the next round goes, some ultimates on the
Sadyang tumataya lang si Gian kung saan siya pepera. Actually, mas malaki panalo niya sa inyo. Hindi naman dahil sa taya.
Because Team Secret clearly, I mean, despite some trust in their retakes, if they are...
Speaking of stage 2, ba't binangko si Inbi last year? Maganda naman pinapakita niya. Kasi nga, kinukuha na siya ng ibang team, tinatrial na siya, nakipag-usap na. Na-disclose na yan eh.
What are they going to come up with here?
Got Coach Robotics and Assistant Coach Ruburu.
You've got 3 ultis online. Kelly S with the pit not far away either. If things go well in this round, maybe in a post plan you could get that out.
Na-disclose na yan, kaya siya na bench nun. Kasi nga, kinukuha na siya ng paperex nun.
Again, I mean, it all kind of comes down to potential retakes, or if they are actually just able to play around their initial setup, hurt Gen.G's numbers in the process.
Coach, yun nag-train kay Zeus at Limuro. Ako!
Did for them in these first early stages of the second half. That's what Zeus is meant to do as he is positioned towards the B side as well. This could be helpful for Gen.G.
Got that set up already though. Towards the B side. I mean,
here we go.
Same situation lang naman TS at Gen.G ngayon. Oh, yung hate sa TS, nakikita, naintindihan ko naman.
Ooh, good job, Big. I was going to say, it's actually not a bad shot at all from Zeus. The contact plays have been there, but
Nice
Sylvan
so!
up top should
Nice so!
1 for 2 now.
Tol! 3v3!
Karen and Kite
Low si Garon.
G filtering their way out onto the site. again, another plan on B. I mean, I feel like this is Groundhog Day.
Sayang,
Just
wala
nothing
si
else
Zeus
left, though.
na.
Just some thorns from Karan and just playing around the pillar. Some slight crossfire setups, but look at the approach
Nakita
that
siya.
Secret's taken as well.
Kelias has been spotted. P2's going to be watching that. It's going to be hard to get the hat out here as well. So that's probably an irrelevant ulti going forward for Berserk.
Kailangan mapatay ni
Kelias
Kelly
really
to.
needs to win this
Nice,
duel.
oh.
It does. Kite goes down. That'll open some space up. Team Secret.
Low si Lakia, low si
Lakia,
Karon.
though, on 50.
Last one, guy, last one, last guy, last guy.
Away, and he's whiffed a couple of fights. It's getting awkward.
Nice!
You could tell it was going to be a
Let's
lot
go!
to deal with it.
First map win!
Team Secret will take their
Unang series na,
back. It was
unang
not
laban,
easy.
unang
30
panalo sa
to
map.
11, but hey, a win's a
Hindi
win.
pangalawang match.
Laborious effort, but you're absolutely
Nice,
right.
oh.
You go the distance, but at the end, a fadeaway shot. Finally out from Kelly S. Everyone, you know, had their, I guess, involvement in today's efforts. Concerted one for sure. But ultimately, again, it's that defensive side for this team. The way that they work around the map, the way that Gen.G kind of struggled to work
Nice,
around
nice,
the map,
guys.
it
Nice,
all came down
okay?
to that,
We
the
get
all in
the
or
first
nothing
map.
play, all in or nothing execute onto sites, just because of the, you know, new double duelist composition.
Hindi kami nangi fanboy nga on
Yeah, I mean, it
TS
started
sabi.
so well for Gen.G.
Oo, kaya nga.
I
Hindi
think
ko naman
they've got to be a bit
sinabing,
disappointed
yung
with
may
how this
ibang,
has played out, that
tol,
attacking side.
iba
It'll
ang
be
hate
interesting
sa
to
nang
see
ki-criticize.
what the devs have actually
Ikaw,
got to say about it, 'cause for me,
critics
it
ka,
felt very
gets mo.
one-dimensional.
Ikaw gets
I mean, think
kita.
about how many
May
rounds obviously
hater
I'm not
kasi,
counting,
tas
but it
may
felt like,
critics.
Oh, yeah.
You know, 80, 90%
Diba?
of the rounds, they were like, well, we're going to contact B, right? And, you know, that might only get you so far.
Yeah, you know, they did make an attempt with that, you know, slight prowler pressure over onto middle, but by that point, it's, again, a little bit too telegraphed, a little bit too plain, simple for Team Secret to read. The few rounds that they did win, as we mentioned before, were the ones where they took the site quick and were able to push a little bit deeper.
That was only early in the half. Even then, later
Panalo,
on,
panalo tayo.
yeah, you can have the site, but at that point,
Second
Secret
map
kind of
win
figured
yung
out
stage 1.
maybe how
Yes,
it-
sir!
retake worked.
Let's
In fact, I
go!
think they just put themselves in better positions for the retake initially. They didn't give quite as much space over to Gen.G, so
Powder
Team
Hack
Secret
Dog,
adapted
thank
pretty
you for the
well to
follow.
defense there, made up obviously for a bit of a weaker attack, but hey, that's what you need to do on your map pick.
Just not really Gen.G style, I guess, but for now,
Hindi
we're
yan
gonna
yung
toss
TS
it
na
back
kilala
over to
namin.
Des with Mika,
Oh,
big
syempre,
time in the
hindi
50-50
talaga yan.
build.
Kasi
No
nga may
Tadashi.
Prime TS eh.
With
Wow.
who?
That's my government name. Relax, buddy.
I have no idea what Quack said. Maybe I have to check on him and make sure that he's okay. But I'll tell you what, I am definitely not okay with how Gen.G was looking on that map. Because yes, I do want this team secret.
Hindi, alam mo kasi yung ba't ganon, yung ayaw nating makita, pinapanood pa rin natin.
I wouldn't even say appalling.
You know, it's those defender sides. This is what we said heading into
May
it.
ine-explore
Last
kasi
time we
tayo
saw
sa
Team
feeling
Secret
natin
play
eh.
this
Yung binubuisit
go
natin sa sarili
the whole
natin,
way
kaya
to
pinapanood
OT
pa rin
against
natin.
Paper X. It
Ganun
was
lang
that
yun, kasi
defensive
pan
half,
ka.
and they showed it
Hindi ka naman
again
hater
today.
eh, pan
Very
ka eh. Kaya ka
dominant there.
nanonood pa
Gen.G,
din.
I feel like a lot of kind of fundamental mistakes on that attacking side as well. You know, we're seeing these big name players, Texture, Caron, they're not getting themselves into the game.
Yeah, it's an inability to have impact on the lurk a lot of the time. Like, I think we're going to point out, like, compositionally what some of the issues might be, but I think a way you could shore something like that up is if someone like Carol or someone like Kite maybe has some more impact on the lurk and actually takes the game into their own hands.
MIBR. Uy, actually, MIBR, hindi nakapasok.
Some of those issues, but
kick off.
as kind of mentioned, it was a little bit of a one-dimensional attacking side for Gen.G, and I felt like Team Secret definitely out-macroed them and outplayed them a little bit in the second half. Definitely a winnable game though.
Hindi kasi naka-adapt sa ano, tingin ko, yun eh, yung
Texture
ano,
was getting a couple of kills with the off and things like that. So yeah, I think they're going to be disappointed they
meta.
didn't get split across
Tas
the line.
dapat di ka palit ng para sa akin talaga dahil hindi palit ng palit eh.
Lotus coming up.
Dapat
and
nag-i-stay yung
whatever
team eh.
happens on Breeze will happen. I mean, both of these
Para
teams
yung
have been
chemistry
pretty
ma-build up
battle
kasi
Breeze,
lahat
so
naman niya may
that's gonna
tutok
be
na eh.
something interesting if we make it there.
Yeah. Before we get over there, though, we have to talk about Split a little bit more because I feel like on the good side, I feel like both Neons were still, you know, keeping up the performance that we expect of them. Because like last week, we did see Zeus.
Sa ML, di na tayo
we did see
matatalo dyan.
Ash shaking off the rust from his Neon, and I think that still came into play right now. I think we have some highlights that we're going to bring up here with Ash and Zeus.
Yeah.
Si Texture parang gusto na umalis
Ash is
sa
like the only one who didn't want
Gen.G
to
ko.
lose out there.
Diba?
He's doing everything to
Ganun
put
lang
the team on his
tol,
back,
may mga
try and get this
nananalit
game over the
matatalo
line.
natin.
Zeus is answering back, especially in that first half. Zeus is the one who bailed them out and won a couple of those key rounds on their attacking side. So I think both these guys, big impact players for their team, but I think you're gutted about this game if you're Ash.
Yeah, I think Ash, like, as soon as he's come off the bench, he's just been phenomenal.
Ay,
I think they
panoodin
need to
kasi
bench a
pantay,
couple
pero
more players
nasaktan
and
lang
then bring him
panoorin
back
na
because,
matalo.
you know, clearly that's
Where the
working.
magic
It's doing
is.
something for them.
Actually, yung
But
iba
what I
dyan,
really like is exactly this. The operator gives such a
Yes.
different dimension to Team Secret's
coping
attack.
na lang
Yes,
na
he can
nakapusta
send it in,
kumari
he
sa
can get in on
kalaban,
the
pero
entry,
actually
but
nakapusta sa
the ability
PS
and
yun.
proficiency that Zeus has to be able to wield the operator adds more dimension, I feel like, to both the defensive and offensive side for Team Secret, and it's a big plus for them. We'll look at their stats head-to-head here. Ash got the better of Zeus, I would say, but Zeus still another decent performance, and I think the op does a pretty big dent in that. I was looking at the stats, just the operator usage and win rate percent for a lot of the teams in this league right now, and actually the teams that are using the op and that are successful with it are the best teams in the league. T1, Paper X, you've got KRX as well with Yong on the
Try
operator
naman
using
nilang
the
kunin
Chamber,
si
so I actually
Sabi
think
sa
op in
si
this meta,
Patmin.
even though it is a very chaotic meta and it's
No,
a little bit all
lang.
over the place, a lot of the better teams in Pacific right now are the teams that are good at mixing in the op into their play, and I think it's something that is
Ganun lang
working
yun,
at the moment
guys.
for Team Secret
Kalam
as
nyo
well.
lang. Try
in an
naman
era
nilang
where there
kunin.
isn't as much util, especially with a lot of teams playing this double duelist. You want to do a lot of contacting and bursting, so if you're able to get that op deep onto the line, you see the impact that it has. So full credit to Zeus. He's finding the gaps there, and he's adding great wrinkles to Secret.
Yeah, for sure. And we have criticized Team Secret a lot for not having the dedicated op player. Now they do. So it's going to be an entirely different page for Team Secret, and we're seeing exactly why. But on the side of Gen.G as well, they seem to have a lot of trouble once they went over to the attack. It was just like really
Oo,
tough.
nagcho-choke din sa ano talaga sa playoffs. Sa muntik playoffs, minsan papasok, minsan hindi. Maski last year, di ba?
So they can't pressure towards A. Normally we would see a wall up and down, try and hold people there. But look how Secret get this information and rotate away every time. And then this is what happens the one time Gen.G try and force through this
Tol,
kind of weakness.
kapag
he
sinabi
just
ko
gets
sa'yo,
sat
nalalaman
down.
ko.
So
Kailangan
it's
kasi
a real
mahabang
struggle for them.
usapan.
They can never work onto A. They're almost always forced into ending B. Secret understood that.
Siya kinukuha siyang player eh.
Continually stack the correct side.
Yeah, it's credit to Secret. I mean, shutting down that one A ramp play, that's one of the ways I would have expected them to work that A control. Maybe a bit of fade utility. You send the Neon up a ramp on a deeper insert, and then you can try to pull and push the rotation.
Tinry nilang
across,
kunin
and
si
then
Patmin sa si
with a
Sabi.
Viper wall or something like that. That's where, as I said before,
Before
you need some of
kick-off.
these experienced players that know how to lurk. Maybe less Gite, but definitely someone like Caron. If you're putting him on a Sentinel or something like that, on something like Split, this is a guy that knows how to read rotations and understands how the other team wants to play. It's not good enough for him to just sit in the backside of A and not do anything. I need to see him take some agency and take some space on A, and then be that contingency plan for a Gen.G that's far too one-dimensional, just going B or mid to B over and over again.
And I think a big reason why we would see Gen.G
Yung
make
pala,
an
hindi
Astra
this
over the
merong
moment
burn
is
as
to
you are
use the
getting
stars
those
to create that
potential
A pressure,
mid-turters,
but
then more
Gite clearly not comfortable
upper than
enough on that
sometimes.
agent to make it work. I'm not even sure we even saw him attempt it, to be honest. So
Oo,
I think
tinry
that's
naman
what
nila eh. Kaso
became a
may
weird
trial
in the
eh.
second
You wanna
half.
see a
May
consistent
trial kasi
cross,
dyan,
or
pre.
even put
Kahit
up a
yung mga
star and
trip
then
nyo na
someone try to
sikat
sneak across. Just create some
na
pressure,
gusto nyo
create some
makuha.
question marks on the map,
Tinatrial
because that was
yan. Ngayon,
fundamentally
pagka
what
hindi
Gen.G did
magaling
with
sa
that attacking side. There wasn't enough questions posed
sa
to
trial,
Secret, and
hindi
as such,
talaga
they were able to
nakukuha.
rotate accordingly and deal with everything really well.
Yeah, a lot of that uncomfortability really coming out on this map. I'm hoping though, once we go over to the second map, which will be Lotus, it is one of the favorite maps of Gen.G. They've done, they've won a lot on this map previously and have had so many memorable strategies over here. I hope this is more of their home ground.
I mean, look, it has to be better. There's no, we can't avoid this. This is the worst Gen.G we've
Lotus
ever
na.
seen. If they need to...
Eto, di pa ata naka-Lotus ang TS.
In this group, they have to win this on Lotus. Now, I do think they've looked better than Team Secret when
Timing
they
pala
played this
kapag
map.
nagla-live
This
kasi
in
mabait
theory
po
is
ako.
definitely
Di pa ako
leaning in that
namumura
direction.
ng tao.
But I need to see Texture start to pop. He was on the raise on Split, and he was getting nothing done.
Yeah, he looked very withdrawn, honestly. He was not confident taking duels. There was that 1v2 where he didn't even attempt to peek onto either of the players that were on the defuse. I'm like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
Like, where's the confidence from a player who's been one of the best duelists, not only in Pacific, but even in the world? Like,
Isang
even in
team
their
na ngayon si
last
Jeremy,
match,
reject,
over at Toronto,
Japan
I was
team.
like, Texture might have been the MVP of this tournament if they made it a little deeper.
You are right, and going into this next map, I'm actually quite concerned on the side of Gen.G because, it's Lotus Lotus, they lost this map versus KRX. There are some ghosts on this map.
Okay, let's go
There is some
Lotus, map
unfinished
2.
business on this map, and it still stings for this team. Now, though, we are seeing the Asian cops coming up on Lotus.
Yeah, exactly. I think Gen.G, I mean, they lost that KRX game, but it was a very close one. It was winnable for
Map
them.
2, map
I've got
2.
faith that they're going to be able to try to bring this series to 3 maps, as I mentioned before.
Naging
Lotus
Demure
was
Galeo.
still gonna
Puta,
be
bigla ka
a
namang ganyan. Hanip ka.
big game here, and Lotus is a staple map for him on an Asian. He's very
Panalo na.
confident.
Yeah, I need to see them be explosive with this though.
Deja vu.
Again, you're losing out on the pressure. Team Secret, everything is going in your momentum right now. You see those big individual pop-off moments. Sylvan Kelly S did a great job map 1. If they can frag like that in map 2, I think
Ganun ba Patrick Des sumala, boss?
Yeah,
Ganun
Team
pala.
Secret, they just have
Anong
to keep
mga yan?
the ball
Pusta mo,
rolling.
2-0.
And Gen.G, if there is any map
So, talo ka
that
na.
come back on, it has to be Lotus, and they need to start out really strong.
Pag ganyan ang
Let's find
comment mo,
out
it
if they
means
need to
naka
back
2-0 ka.
Back to your casters, Quack and Elfish.
Yeah, you heard it all from the desk. You're enjoying the music, but
I love this song. I actually love the song. Gets me so hyped up. I was watching it at home. You know, have you ever seen that SpongeBob meme
okay.
where it's
explain.
Squidward sitting in his room looking at SpongeBob and Patrick have fun outside? That was me.
Okay, let's go,
show.
let's go.
I was watching.
Yan,
the
chill
show,
lang
I was
pala,
listening to this
nananalo
music.
eh.
I was like, everyone's having fun except for me.
wish I
When
was
will it
there.
be my turn? Well, now it's my turn.
Finally
Except
got
the
the
fact that
VCT.
Gen.G, they're raining on my parade, bro.
Come on.
They were supposed to win.
Where's the Gen.G that we all used to know and love? Where's that Gen.G?
That's the question, isn't it?
You hope the music hyped them up. You
I
hope
mean-
the music hyped texture up.
Yeah, this is their map pick though, at least, Quack. So surely they're going to give us something here. We might at least get a third mapper out of this series. Let's find out. Team Secret things off on the attack, nice and swift. Already pushing Kite away, and he kind of knows he's under pressure. He's getting a little bit terrified
Tentado ka,
by all the
Justin
noises
Andres.
that Zeus is making on that Neon. So he's just going to back it up, and they're going to play for retake on C.
It's not too bad. You keep some utility, and that gives you ability to come back in with the retake.
Yeah, Sylvan ready with that paranoia. Might get quite a number of them right here, but
Nice kill.
it's only going to be Kite that will fall. That's as good a start as any for Team Secret. 4 on 5, they'll be happy with that. Ash slides across to try to provide a little bit of space for the rest of the team to swing their way out. There's some duels going back and forth, but nothing too substantial so
Isa
far.
pa.
for
Uy,
Gen.G.
nadink!
And Ash in a 1v3, that's not a fight.
Nice!
Team Secret start with the pistol on map 2. Now I'm worried about my prediction.
So am I, to be honest. I mean, we're kind of 2 for 1, or 2 out of 3 on pistols so far today. But clearly, it shows that Team Secret on the attacking pistols, they oftentimes have this intention to take further space, and if they're able to do it, Sylvan setting up on that flash, it's just an angle that I think Gen.G hasn't quite yet figured out how to deal with on this site. So a little bit of a tough retake for them either way, but they'll buy back up Ash onto the bucket.
Yeah, what are they going for here?
Gago, trade lang.
1 for 1. I suppose you could take that as Gen.G. The info there that there's more Team Secret members trying to make their way out toward A. Kite just going to shoulder that corner.
Nice!
Overcommits to it. Kelly S will take his head off. Berserk's there to follow suit. On to Lakia. That'll be pretty much that for Gen.G, you'd think.
Yeah. Yep. Karen's kind of holding onto the utility as well, just to save it up for the next round. Team Secret, as long as they don't lose any of these rifles, there's a real good chance they can just steamroll this first half the way Gen.G did to them previously.
For sure. Door opened up. Karen going to have to be on the move. I mean, what are you going to do? It's on his own.
Really not much, man. You hope for a good right click or something.
Not a snowball's chance in hell there, unfortunately. Ash might be able to grab something. I'm not sure they'll be expecting
Uy!
this. That looked like
Nice,
a minty connection.
Buti di
But
siya
it wasn't
namatay.
easy enough.
Yeah. Need some. You need more protein.
Yeah.
Bumbleclad.
Baklat.
You're down with the kids.
Yeah, I forgot. I can't hit my protein. You got it. There we go. Thank you very much.
700 Bumbleclad chicken nuggets.
Yes, finally someone gets my references. But Hilly didn't get them.
He didn't get that.
No.
There's no way.
No, he got the other Aussie one.
That guy.
We love to have some fun. But
Hindi, Manuel
if
J.
it
Ako
comes up
talaga,
again,
tol.
Rifles being conserved by Team Secret means this
Para
is
sa
a
akin.
contentious round.
need pa
already
nila
a little bit more presence
pag,
being shown by Gen.G. All that space
pag
outside
di
of
pa
A,
gumana
but
next
quite a bit of
stage
room to
2
work
tong
with here for
etong
Team Secret and
lineup
Berserks.
na to. Doon pa lang need palitan.
He's just gonna bait the wall out.
Mag-adjust. Kasi
Smoked down, so pretty safe. Just Team Secret
kailangan
doing their
talaga
thing,
sa
working
team
out the map and
chemistry, tas
keeping
yung
Gen.G's
pagsasama
cluster
eh.
across the side. If they actually do decide to end up back on C, and Karen just has to be prepared. Tuck yourself back, play around the flash. Thorns are meant to kind of dissuade Zeus, but if they actually find it,
Zeus doesn't look like he's being
entry.
dissuaded at all.
Yeah. Well,
It's going to be pushed away in the end. Dark Cover going to go out as well, and so Gen.G will reclaim that space as well. It's a real push and pull, isn't it?
Mga sapa, dito
also
kami para
baiting
sa
out the
Infinite
smokes
Money
again.
Glitch.
We're gonna have to
Ay,
listen.
ganun, Hendrik. Ano tayo, ma? 1-2, 1-2.
Yeah, I'm Molly. Molly.
Okay.
I got. Wait, go now.
Well, peeks out. Ash, 1 for 1, not quite going to be enough to hold the side, but Texture finding 2, maybe starting to come a little bit more alive on this map.
Nice,
That's a real
last
whiff
player.
here that he's not going to like to see repeated. Karen.
Nice!
Well, that looked like it was going to be a good round for Gen.G. and
3-0.
it just blew up.
Bro, TS winning
Real, unfortunately.
the non-bearing
Especially
match,
once
bro.
you got the
Deja vu last year with
That's the whole
Jeremy.
plan of Team Secret. Chip them down bit by bit. You get the rotations across, apply some pressure, and Gen.G starts to panic. They start to activate more things, and that leaves them a little bit weaker in. Meanwhile, out for someone like Kelly S, you see the effect of the hot plus the
Pan yan si Henrik.
more players around the side.
Tol,
Meanwhile,
yung mga
Lotus tries to make
bondi yan,
another goal,
pan.
but he's DK'd
Ala,
by
dito
the,
yan.
little molly at his feet. And that just makes it more doable for them to win out the gunfights. Go off to the next round, and again, Gen.G just trying to go off partial buy.
I don't think that's going to work into
Nice,
Kelly
so
S,
nice shot.
who's ready and waiting.
Yun lang, sinugod.
Decent enough trade
Nilaban.
from Ash. And it will be a weapon retrievable, but maybe not as effective in the hands of Gen.G as what it will be in the hands of Team Secret in a round like this.
Shields all up online. He's trying to work around the positions. I don't really mind that too much.
Pan yan si Henrik.
Karen pushed all the
Kaso
way outside.
nakakalulungkot ako sa kanya, baka 2-0 siya nakataya.
One way, give himself a bit of a
Sayang
heads up,
yung Infinite
warning, advanced warning, but again, I think Team Secret happy enough to play around that. They'll just wait the smoke out and then start to look to take the space. They've still got plenty of time. Karen's doing a pretty good job of delaying
Yun,
Nightfall. He's going to push him back away from the side.
That's what the Vice does as well. You got the wall.
Oh,
out.
taragis na yan.
Start to scream in from the back
Nako.
side, but it's taking some time as well. There's another shield wall out there for Team Secret.
Retreat.
We're going back to B, but the
Hindi, go C, go C, go C!
Ooh,
No,
eventually,
no one
Gen.G
tap.
get in behind. They don't do enough to quite deny the spike into the side, but the plan's certainly not down just yet, and Gen.G are going
Inabol.
quickly straight into that fast lane.
Anti.
Oh, catch Zeus on the drive
Anti.
by Ash has just popped off out of nowhere. And Gen.G will finally get themselves around to start off this map. That's, again, not really the round that you would expect them to do it in, but they have a bit of a knack of it.
Well, a welcome round either way.
Nag-glitch, no?
Who knew Ash would have been a pretty decent neon?
Mika, apparently.
I guess so. Again with the thrifties, and it's just the fact that he's able to kind of, I guess, diff Team Secret or Zeus in with how he's able to work around with the overdrive. Just perfect
Oh, that was
tracking.
crazy. How did you even see him? I can't even see him and I know what I'm looking for.
The movement on it, yeah,
You
pretty
know?
quick. I've just got to bring out the spirits of Gen.G.
Well, 6-3 for Ash, great start, but not a great start for Gen.G overall. They need to do a bit more here. And even then, that round, it doesn't necessarily tell you a lot. They need to win some gun rounds to convince me, I think. Kite, off angle, only gets one. A little bit more whiff will be his undoing long term. Ash still fighting for more, and again, gets the better of Zeus. It feels like when Gen.G are on the front foot, they are actually playing pretty well, but a lot of the time they're not doing that. So, lacking the proactivity a little bit more here.
So we start to see it come back in. Team Secret, though, once again, back to the drawing board, trying to figure out a way to work around what's already been set up, and that's going to be that toxic screen that Kelly S has. Texture, however, is in position. Of course, with some utility as well, Lakia to support.
Ball goes up. Got a bit of time to work with here for Kelly S and Jesse Vash to just take a bit of space, but
Kita.
can't really go anywhere without making noise. You open the door, it's a bit of a dead giveaway. So KLS drops the texture. Jesse Vash will as well. Second for Gen.G. Starting to make some inroads now on the defense, and they've done enough to hurt the economy of Team Secret. See what the buy ends up looking like, but might not be perfect in this round.
There's some chance to come back in, but again, getting proactive for Team Secret. You know, Ash making some moves. Still not entirely sure what is up with Texture as he just kind of plays around positions, works around the early rebel control. But either way, starting to come back in a bit.
May ba tayo Lodge Lim yung alam na babalik si Lion Pork? Oh, taragis ng hanip. Wala na yun. Kahit ako yung bumalik yun.
A little bit faster into the seaside. They're going to be slowed down on their way through. It's only Zeus really that has committed. Eventually, the rest of the squad will get out, but Gen.G have had time to rotate their forces across, and so Team Secret taking it a little bit slower now. They need to be a bit more methodical, clear out some of these angles. They will get that plan down. Showstopper here for Texture, and he's gone straight past.
Nice kill!
Jesse Vash gets it done on the Texture, who did
nice
nothing
kill,
with the
Zeus.
Showstopper.
Oh no!
Out of nowhere!
Shorty!
Just make this round a winnable one. Lakia on reload. Oh, it's also awkward. The 1v1
Woo!
goes the way of Team Secret. What
Oh,
have we
taragis!
watched?
What a shorty moly holy.
That was one chaotic roller coaster. Let's see that again because I need to witness how exactly
Lion Pork yan. Tarantado kayo. Valorant Lion Pork pa din.
Flew in. Should have seen him, but I think he fired it off in the corner thinking they would have his gun.
I don't think he saw him on the initial jump, and then he fired it and then turned around and was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Either way, though, and they quickly go back into it. Despite all the time bought out, Kite with that sudden magical, two-pump shorty, still wasn't quite able to get it despite elevation on top of the boxes. Now you're back into some kind of setup from Gen.G.
Running back, fast lane out.
Wow.
Just gets deleted by Ash. That's kind of like a clothesline. You ever run around in the backyard and run into the clothesline?
Uy!
I mean, maybe relatable for the Aussies that are watching. But anyways, 3 on 5 here is not going to be a good story for Team Secret.
Yung play na to kanya-kanya na. Yung play na to kanya-kanya na, tol.
But it's not enough to win the round, and so Gen.G will recover nicely. They'll answer nicely. You know what a Hills hoist is, Quack?
Ew, please explain.
There you go. See, you won't get the joke, that's why. It's a clothesline.
Hills hoist?
Yeah, it's a circular clothesline.
Okay.
That's all you need to know, really.
Clothesline.
Kanya-kanyang play na to. Parehas sila laglag eh. So, kana lang doon ang kana. Tinan nyo.
But either way, similar thing. That's what the judge does, as we tend to see in this tournament as well. Forces the timeout from Team Secret, feeling like they need to switch things up because just executing the scene not the.
I agree. I wonder if it'll just be a conversation here from the coaching staff to say, like, slow it down a bit, right? Because a lot
Parang
of these
lalag
guys are
natin
very, very
talaga.
fast from Team Secret, and I think there's some value.
Dito
in
na
that,
naman
getting
ulam.
into some
Uhu! 2-0 yung nalagay mo
see
eh.
how chaotic a lot of them are. Even let's be real.
Dito na naman daw ulam. 2-0 nalagay mo eh.
It was a 2v1 in the back end there that ended up getting won by Team Secret. So I don't think you can look at that round and say, yeah, we're going to bank on that happening a lot. So the way that these rounds have been played, I've been kind of feeling like Gen.G have been a little bit more comfortable in them, even though Team Secret perceptively, or you perceive, have been getting a lot of space, getting some work done. So I don't mind this as a time for the timeout.
Kind of feels like still anyone's game. Economy broken for the current
Boots
round,
ban.
though. And Gen.G starting to build up on some ults as well.
We'll see what kind of a miracle maybe Team Secret can conjure here. It's going to be a different approach this time.
You don't see that too often, though, I gotta say. Maybe a little bit more from Gen.G. But either way, an attempt.
Gen.G
Ayan
very
na.
well aware of this.
Pasukin na lang nila to, pre. Pareho na sila laglag eh.
Kite sets himself up for success. He's got a double. The rest of Gen.G sliding through to assist him as well. Spike down, Kelly S on the low.
Just confidence, man. Like knowing that their opponents aren't going to have stronger weapons, they start to swing more. Kite especially. They're down to just Kelly S, who hopefully can find something, but
Sa pool.
But this is now that kind of problem that you might want to start to want to think about for Team Secret. They've got some ults starting to work out to it, but at the same time, Karan onto that Steel Garden can somewhat equalize things. So, again, for Team Secret, you kind of want to see them go back to what's worked out for them. Just work their way across the map, bait out more utility from Gen.G. And that's what we saw in the first few rounds.
Right.
We're back to the rubble fight. Season 8 combo.
Ako, tol, siguro
Ball
ako.
goes up straight away as
Kung,
well. But I'm sure that that's fooling
oh,
anyone
pwede
on
siya sa
Gen.G.
coaching.
Now,
For the hate na
rest
lang,
investment
para
has to come
maiwas sa
through
hate.
from Team Secret. They are going to be given that space essentially by Gen.G.
Hindi na dahil sa hindi siya makasabay. Kaya pa rin naman eh. Pero dahil sa hate na lang siguro. Ang hater kasi dinadamay ng pamilya eh. Mali kasi yun. Pupunahin mo lang yung game. Huwag yung damay pamilya. Pangit
Kind of
yun
a
eh.
costly one,
Pangit
though.
kasi yun.
It was the one controller that the team had, so that kind of affects your ability to delay the pushes now. Perhaps more reliance on the current. Meanwhile, though, at the same time, that's where you start to see
Pwede
rotations come around. Perhaps
i-judge
more
mo yung
assistance perhaps
play
on the C site.
or yung team ganun. Criticize mo. Pero pag dadaman mo pamilya siguro, below the belt yun. Lalo kung pasama bata. Eh yung bata, mabait na bata, tas puta immortal.
Awkward for him on the next fight. Lakia needs to activate and will. You're exactly right. He was the X factor and he gets the job done. Might even find the third here to finish it off. Kelly S again sort of just left on his own to lurk around toward A. And at this point, it's more a case of trying to farm me some build-up points rather than win this round.
To duel, para sa akin nga, mas trip ko, duel na lang ulit si Kelly. Si Berserk, full utils. Ay, full senti.
Oh no, oh no. I mean, he could have at least gone down to texture, right? Like, but it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, no extra ults for Gen.G. But perhaps some way for them to start to find some confidence. 5-4, you need to want to come up with more rounds. I mean, then again, it is Lotus, so I don't really mind it too much. But thinking back to how they're starting to play around the map, you know, you get that early involvement from Ash plus, I think, Karon outside of C.
Di ba cheesecake? May cheesecake? Ay, hala pa ba? Saka na.
So I wonder if Secret are gonna recognize that at all. Doesn't look like
Loads lang perk, balik mo pag nanalo TS. Pakan pa kita eh.
Outside C, they throw that one-way smoke, take a bit of space out there. And they have been allowed to do that, but at some point Team Secret might want to go back there and try to disrupt it a little.
Lag natin
Next
ako.
round, perhaps. This one, just try to see what you can find, scavenge with these slightly lesser
Hindi siya tinatablan ng hate, tol. Kaya ako nakawa din eh.
checks. Prowlers
Pag
trying to
nakausap mo yan ng...
Karen, blinded out. We'll have to back off.
Pag nakausap mo yan ng
A lot
ano,
of pressure being put down on that B side right now. Even a pit
deep talk.
invested, but
ang dami kong matututunan.
the B confirmed.
Yung business
For Team Secret here.
ko,
Are they still just waiting? See if they can draw out another peek from one of the Gen.G players. Maybe a mistake somewhere.
natuloy dahil sa sinabi niya. Oh,
Ash
di ba?
the judge.
Does not want to go inside that pit. That's for sure. Fast
Hindi
lane
kasi
now against
tinatamblan
Zeus.
niya ng
Try and
hit
sell a bit
yan,
of a
hindi
fake
nga
over
siya
towards A, but
tumitingin
eventually
dyan.
ducks it back into B, which will be where the plan is going to go down. Kite, oh,
Patay
he was shooting fish in
ng
the barrel,
stinger.
but missed them all. Couldn't see them obviously. Ash has a cheeky peek over the top, doesn't see much.
no.
Oy!
Shotgun in hand, he can't win it against Sylvan. The round falling apart now for Gen.G, and this pit is causing them so many problems. Have been bamboozled on the B side.
Yabang!
Texture and Karen
Ubus ang gago!
surely will not be able to put this one together.
Ang ganda kasi ng Viper ult!
I mean, you kind of feel for him, but at the same time, that was just a godlike thrifty. Zeus single-handedly selling a fake just by making that much noise towards a link, and that's ultimately what peeled Ash away from the pit itself. At the same time, no real flashes or utils.
Huwag ka lalagnatin, please.
Dump himself back in.
Baka umatras yung lagnat.
Paranoia previously from Kite.
Baka
It
umatras.
just does so much. You can kind of respect the way that they want to take their time around it because, you know, the stingers were jammed, but that's still fantastic either way. You're tied up and you still have a chance to end up 7-5. Texture back in with the op though.
It was not too bad on it in the defensive half of Split. This is a bit of an awkward fight.
He missed that.
Doesn't land the shot, just backs off. Wall goes up, and Team Secret are going to use that as an opportunity to take some space.
Pero yung mga nagre-roster na yung tier siya, nandyan pa. Hindi guys, ang problema talaga dito, Natalitan na lahat. Nandito pa rin ako. Tingin ko ako talaga problema.
Anchor on C.
Ako talaga. Tingin ko, wala, ubos na yung ano eh. Wala na si Indy, nandito pa rin ako eh.
Got a little bit more now, though. Some trust in the setup, however, and they're just smoking things off. Still keeping Ash with that judge around the back of Pillar.
And the longer this goes, the more you're going to have to take a risk as Gen.G, because they're losing the info. They don't know what Team Secret's up to at this point.
Ambassador na talaga to, Ambassador deep.
Gen.G, I mean,
Just gamble stacking, really.
it's so strange, though. Just
30
kind of
seconds
angle
left.
yourself in for another retake. If you're able to take down Kelly's at least, but no.
I'm sure a 3-on-5 retake is something that it's
might
too
just-
easy to navigate. Be a save. Last round of the half coming up, though.
I guess you want to hold on to that off, but even then, you're just like not finding too much value off of the current setup. That was such a strange round from Gen.G, seeing Karan just...
Yeah.
Sino
It's
kaaway
just a
mo
miss
dyan,
up from Karen,
Cheesecake?
is it not? Like, on an individual level, you just can't be going down like that if you're soloing on one side of the map.
Yeah, but then also for the rest of the team to like not make much of a reaction around it.
I suppose in that case, though, you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? If you rotate an extra player back over to C now, then you're weakening the defense over towards B, over towards
Elsewhere.
A.
So, kind of either way, it was always going to end
Yeah,
up in
you
a
just have to
save.
take a risk one way or the other. And then, again, you might just put that one guy on C, and then it's like, well, you're solo holding C. So, like, really, what are you going to do?
Okay, good round. Hey guys, wala talaga yan sa reflex.
I mean,
Saka sa
credit to whoever
bumabagal.
took that first blood.
Ambassador na talagang problema ng Team Secret.
Won them the whole round.
Kailangan na nila talaga ako palitan.
That's all it takes.
And that actually just might be now, you know, depending on how the rest of this half goes, or the next several rounds as well. Maybe we just might see Team Secret's first win here.
Hang on. I'm not an armchair analyst, but I'm
5-6.
looking at the body language right there.
Okay.
And I'm thinking things are not going great in the Gen.G camp.
Yeah. It's been, honestly, a little bit weird.
It's frustrating.
Start of the year, you know, you come into this with the roster shuffle. You
Ate
lose-
Gili
you
Pop,
lose
ba't
a
po
bunch
nag-iba boses mo?
like what Pilly
Basahin
mentioned
mo nga yung
just now with
pinapanood
the-
mo.
You know, seeing how the team has looked, you know, or how Solo has looked after some of the recent losses. You know,
Si Karon guys, kung nanonood kayo League of Legends, si Karon nga ni Chobi.
You know, comp changes now,
It's
but
a bit late, isn't it?
yeah.
Last week of regular season, you can't make it into playoffs.
I mean, at least Ash is still decent.
Yeah. If anything, better.
Oh my god, actually, we're getting some updates from production. If this goes down, are we actually going to see Gen.G might be last place in the entire standings just because of the head-to-head that they might lose right here? That's weird. That's weird to say.
That's a pretty big deal, right? For an incredibly storied organization. I'm not talking even just in Valorant. I'm talking
that was
esports in
insane.
general.
But yeah. Okay, here we go.
Uy, nipis yun! Munti ka na boy!
That's all good. Kelly S, though, out of the picture early on in the piece here for Team Secret. So Gen.G might have a little bit more to play with in this round.
I mean, even if it's from a fan, actually, still might happen. But either way, though, different setup this time. Texture firing off a blind shot. We'll check with the boom bot and has some setup with Karan close by.
All right. Zeus again. Just going to try and sell a fake over towards C, but it really is not fooling anyone. Texture has all that info. No rotation pulled for the Gen.G defense. In fact, Ash, I want to be a little bit careful here. It's going to help Hite get out of dangerous position.
It's not too bad. I mean, if you're able to chip
Chobi
down the
multiverse.
agility, now everything comes down to
No, black, yeah. Well done.
how well the rest of the team can actually find their footing into the A site, where Gen.G are already
30
circling
seconds
around them.
left.
Jesse Bash finds Karen on a timing. Nightfall will disrupt things. Team Secret,
Enemy remaining.
yeah, getting ripped to pieces in
Ante.
this round. It was liable to go that way with how it had started. 6-6 at the end of the half. Another fantastic first half from Ash, it has to be said. I mean, 16 and 7 on the defensive side. But the thing is going to be, can you back that up on attack? Because that's where things sort of fell apart a little bit for Gen.G on the previous map. They had a good defensive half. better than this one, actually. It was 8-4 in the previous map, and now you need to back it up on the attack.
I mean, I tell you what.
Halftime.
Kumain ka
At
na
least they
ba,
got
cheesecake?
field trips this time. There's no Cypher on the side of Team Secret, just leave for Cirques onto that Vise. So perhaps a little bit more dual texture.
Lalamunan ko, boy.
There, of course, kind of like what the Desk mentioned. But otherwise, yes, Ash is still Ash on the Neon.
Ash is the MVP. That is a goated pick, I have to say, for the build tip.
Did you have that?
I did not have that.
Okay. I don't know if any one of us had that, to be honest.
Didn't Mika pick Ash?
Did she? Oh, God.
I thought someone said Mika picked Ash.
Anong keyboard gamit ko?
I was pretty sure.
Wooting
That's why I keep bringing Mika up when we're talking
60.
about
Fair
Ash. I like that sign, by the way.
Wooting 60.
Updated 2-1. That's fine. Reverse sweep, 2-1's all good.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, that's kind of the name of the game currently. Just being able to play around the utility, needing to bait all of that out before you even going down into the nitty-gritty of the post plants. Just because of the timings around it, the cooldowns down to 40 seconds on the smokes, maybe 60 seconds on some of the flashes or initiator recons, but that all hurts your chances down for retakes. So trying to bait that
Ata na.
out bit by bit.
Swap na,
Of course,
swap
though,
na.
Secret on the defense. Their composition is built for this.
True. Looks like we're going to get a little bit of aggression out of C here. So might get that early fight we're looking for. Ash has spotted a few. Zeus
Oi.
will claim the first hit. It's 6
Oi.
rounds. Team Secret. They might be on for 3 out of 4 pistols tonight. Karen is going to have
Bro,
something
you
to say about
can't
that.
lose this shit, okay?
Picked up players there, so they'll just back off into C. Job done as far as Team Secret are concerned. Oh,
Bro.
By the bell.
Kelly, bro. Muntik ka na, bro.
Went for another swing. Oh, why not? You knew your opponents were kind of weakened by that initial engagement already. But I don't think they entirely anticipated the fact that it would have been a C push. They had the flashes out online, and ultimately that's what cemented their footing in this fight around Mound. And the rest of the team pushing around it as well.
Enemy remaining.
Let's go!
Let's go. Yummy,
Trust me, bro.
Yummy. That's a yummy pistol.
You'll take
We'll
those.
take it.
Nang
Tried
ulam
and true
dito.
method once again. One-way smoke. Gonna take the fight. And
Joke
Zeus
sana
is
ako.
eaten good tonight.
Adobo.
Tries you might hear as Ash. She might run out of time eventually. Does get brought down by Sylvan. Classic limped out, but 1 for 1. I don't know if Gen.G are quite so impressed with that.
Nice! Uncle Bash, Lolo Bash, Jesse Bash.
That is
Jesse
pretty solid from
Bashi.
Team Secret.
Bashu.
Ridiculous.
Hindi ko tinuloy eh, oh.
At least like a Spectre or maybe a Bulldog or something, some other rifle, but either way, still a pretty good chance.
Suggest
of
anime, Leo.
maybe finding another
Hindi
bonus.
naka-update sa mga anime ngayon,
Being
bro.
able to swing
Pero kung
out
gusto mo
this
ng anime
early,
figures,
player coming into
meron akong shop.
Pacific, you're
Okay.
just not thinking so much about
ayun na rimurot ako.
and that sometimes works out in your favor. Maybe Team Secret comes in today wanting to win a little bit more than Gen.G.
Yeah, it's possible. As I said, a lot to play for this Team Secret roster, building into stage 2 with Zeus. Every match is important, match practice. Really bringing 100% to this game, and already
Uy.
Gen.G trying to try and pressure in on today, but it's not gone too well. Kelly starts
Boom.
the proceed.
Bam!
Jesse Vash follows.
Boom! Ank Bash with the Bucky, but
Just 1 for 1, but something's
He's
taken
dead.
by Gen.G.
Slightly overstayed his welcome. Still, though, very crucial for Kitane now to be able to hold up around this heaven position. Some post-plant utility coming through with Karan onto the sheer wall as well, but it's 2 players to try and hold on the side itself.
mukha mo ba yung nasa figure? Tada!
Pretty tough crossfire to break, especially
Oh, yes.
with a dark cover out now as well. Kite we flashed out, drops off. Lakia suffering as well. So 1 for 1. As Team Secret try to make their entry back on in, it's down to a
1v1
now.
gagi.
Karen v Zeus, and Zeus is tagged up, 5 HP. Fastlane will keep him alive for now. He's got no
Ente.
idea where Karen
Damn.
is, and the swing will get it done. So Gen.G will take a round.
Coach, pa-suggest magandang ang Radiohead song. Lahat.
Kind of surprised it looks this evening.
I am.
Yeah, a little bit. Just with the way that, it starts to go down to the exchanges, it feels as though Team Secret might still be able to kind of turn things around a little bit, that air strafing movement, but Karan just being able to quickly recognize what needed to be done in the firefight.
What's your read here then? From this position, 8-7, is it a team secret 2-0 or does Gen.G pull it back?
It's so hard to say.
Because to be honest, it feels messy enough that I could see Team Secret getting this one over the line. I'm not so impressed by Gen.G on this map so far. And already, again, having some deep anywhere. Zeus is tearing them apart.
Bro, Zeus is zoozing.
For round 16. I mean, back it up, go next. Lakia, he's going to grab a couple, but man, it's again, it's just some build diff points for Quack's build diff team. It doesn't matter.
I don't know if it's that good, but either way, not great for Gen.G. Not a, well, I want to say not a good time to be a Gen.G fan.
I mean, fair, you know.
A lot of them in the crowd.
Okay, question.
Dami.
Has there been a worse time to be a Gen.G fan in the history of Valorant? This is the
think
first time they've missed playoffs.
That's actually a
So,
good point. Good
objectively, the statement is correct. It is a bad time to be a Gen.G fan, unfortunately.
Might be last in the groups. They're not making playoffs. They're struggling in this meta. Meanwhile, Team Secret, which a team that has kind of been bottoming out, just picks up a guy who freshly turned 18, and is just able to not even play double duelist, but just go for confident swings right outside of it.
Yeah. But you know what? There's always stage 2, right? Gen.G come back stronger.
I mean, that's what you hope for.
That's
Who
what
knows
you'd
what
hope
the
for.
meta looks like at that point? Do we see Neon nerves? I don't know yet.
It's another, what, 2 and a bit months away? Probably you see some significant changes by then.
Could be. Maybe Mix gets a buff.
Mix?
You like Mix?
Yeah, I played a bit of Mix.
Yumi did a little bit as well just a couple nights ago. Either way, though.
Hindi ka ba
once again,
nagbabalo,
1v3
cheesecake?
for Karan, and all he's got are thorns. Tries to play around the
Oh shit! No freaking way, dude! Muntik pa!
Karan. But good effort. It's not going to be good enough for Gen.G today. You know, we've, you know, you can be kind, you can be nice, but at the end of the day, you know, you can't find a silver lining in a 2-0 defeat if that's what ends up happening today for Gen.G. Close enough is not good enough.
Oh god. Victoria's texting us now. She's saying that 2023 Gen.G looked a little bit worse off. That's why they're trying to work around with Meteor on duelist texture wasn't another team.
2023, who remembers what happened in 2023? That's like
a while ago.
At least over a year ago. Memory doesn't go that far.
We'll see how far Gen.G can go though. Straight in, double duelist action into the A site, but Team Secret have already set up.
And they continue to look pretty good on this defense, though. Ash has gotten up close and personal, finding himself the double. Eventually will be brought down to heal. It's, again, a bit of madness as Nightfall descends on the A site. Lakia taking advantage of that. No around the corner as well. It's a 1v1. 1v2, I should
What
say.
the hell?
Doesn't matter, texture.
Yun?
Will save the day this time for Gen.G, and they are holding on for dear life here in this series.
Can't believe they actually got that done. I mean, I was kind of writing the round off, just the fact that knowing they were going into this with another partial buy, but once again, dumping everything into the site, and somehow, you know, keeping a little bit left in the tank. They were able to play around the back of tree.
Natali eh.
Seize is huge from Lakia. Each player's rooted down towards the back of drop. And at that point, it's just positions noted. Something that, I guess, you know, execution-wise, Team Secret not expecting it. Then again, though, economy now it's more broken. And it's Team Secret trying to put up a gang fight outside of A.
It's generally been pretty effective for Team Secret, to be fair. Ooh. I think Gen.G's aware of that.
Boosting is just
here from Gen.G. They are terrified of Team Secret. Yeah, they pushed them away, but what did it take? It took a Nightfall, it took an Overdrive. You see, that's all the tools, really, that Team Secret have got in this round.
Wanted to keep them alive for latter rounds, but for now, just trying to take a couple of pot shots, perhaps. Gen.G happy to set up.
Yeah, I mean, you take that definitely if you're Gen.G. Pull all that util out over on the A side. You quickly rotate over to C, get the spike down.
Yeah, they're pushing further into CT as well.
I don't see this being retakeable for Team Secret, but for a couple of really good shots, it's not going to happen. Kite and Karen have it on lock.
Love to see that from Karen. It's just going to be exits for Berserks now, hopefully. Don't give away morale points. Your opponents have 3 online. It just feels like things continue to swing around.
Nakapitas pa.
Bad, but Lakia
Ente.
now he's half away.
They have courage.
Well,
No.
Gen.G going to have to lock in here. 9-9 the scoreline.
Just trying to push us into map 3. I mean, don't really mind it too much from Team Secret perhaps with the overdrive. Maybe the Nightfall was a little bit overkill, but just being able to once again apply some pressure, put that fear inside of Gen.G's minds. You know, some conditioning outside of that A rubble push.
I think they really felt they were going to get a commitment there from Team Secret that didn't quite eventuate. From Gen.G, I should say. Bit of toing and froing outside of C, but no harm, no foul. Nice timing for Karen, just walked his way out though, so that'll be a bit of space that Gen.G is happy to take for free.
There.
This without a Viper as well. That's pretty lovely. You get the smokes in. Grabs a launching pad for Texture to come in with Showstopper into sight. It's just
Not for long.
Oo, ayun na.
Secret on the rotate across. There's the Showstopper. So far, no connection.
So nag 360 si Kelly.
You've still got to worry about what the rest of this force looks like. Kite is doing it all alone. Spike plant goes down. Team Secret not really in a favorable position, but Zoom
Sayang.
again keeps it interesting, still having impact on this Neon.
Flash available for Silver. This is not impossible. They're able to isolate the angles bit by bit.
Top ass with the time, ticking away ever quicker. But not seeing anything, it's the contact play, no flash involved here. Berserk's trying to draw out a peek. Tap on the defuse is not really going to amount to too much, so Team Secret will see that lead taken away again by Gen.G.
Incredible. I mean, not something I was expecting with today's matchup, to say the least, but playing that double duelist again, you know, expensive round previously for Team Secret, expensive round this time for Gen.G as well. And it kind of works out well. They managed to take that lead, but apart from that, down to the brawls, Gen.G looks amazing. The trays are always there. So that contact play style kind of works out for them. Meanwhile, for Team Secret, you know, you just kind of want to get a good read around the maps, not
Ano to, tech post?
early involved.
Tingin parang gawa ko si Coach. Ako patugtog lang.
Tight, pretty tense, so wouldn't be too surprising to see a pause come out here. It's a tech pause, unfortunately. But, you know, obviously you're not able to do much communicating during the tech pause, none of that, but it does give time to think. And sometimes that's what your IGL needs. Quickly relay that information going into the next round.
Yeah, slight breather.
Yeah.
Still
Just
thinking back to it though, I mean, although we are seeing more results, I think, from some of the Gen.G players, Texture still kind of looks, you know, not like his usual self. He tends to be so jovial, but today it's a kind of different feeling. Meanwhile, for Team Secret, you know, they're happy to take whatever they can get. And if I'm just thinking about how they could play it on the defense, you know, if Gen.G is dumping everything
Nagis eh,
sight,
parang alalag
Lotus
natin eh.
being a free
Pasensya
map
na.
side, there's so many
Tahimik na
avenues
ako.
of entry that Team Secret could just, I don't know, try to relegate things more to a retake setup. You start to get a little bit more setup proactive around, you know, other portions of the map. You start to take other points or flanks again back into the retakes, and it could be a Gen.G that's, I mean, I might be overreaching here, but
Playing si Zeus,
it could be
yes.
caught, you know, unaware.
Well, I don't think that's too unreasonable of a take. You know, Gen.G clearly not at their best at the moment, so.
Right? Like, you leave a player lurking around B pillar or something, just in case, and then he starts to slip through the cracks of, I don't know, back of mounds, play around the door, or back through the cracks of A rubble, and even if Gen.G just quickly takes the A site, you know, that's one other thing that they might start to worry about, and that's where things can get dicey. But apart from that, if Gen.G keeps this up, who knows? We might see actually, God, map 3, Breeze. That's another one where I think that both teams have been giving us confusing looks with how they've been playing in their recent showings.
I honestly, look, obviously Team Secret would prefer this to be a 2-0, but I don't think getting another map in the belt will be a bad thing for them necessarily. Like any reps that you can get Zeus comfortable. You know, obviously you'd rather the 2-0, but you take what you can out of these. You know, life gives you lemons, make lemonade, right? So you can find a silver lining.
Tanong lang po, ba't nawala sa lineup si Jeremy? Tagal kong di nakapanood.
They need the third map. So
Hindi ko alam eh. Tanong mo kay Razi.
Yeah, it's just kind of odd to be thinking about this of
Andun yun. Nakatambay lagi dun.
to 19 was to score when they played against KRX. It went that far.
Yeah.
But today it's, you know, although they have the lead right now, it still feels kind of labored.
It feels so tentative. Like
May
I
Pinoy
think
sa
any of these
TS,
rounds,
yes.
It kind of feels like Zeus could just win it on its
Apat.
own. You know, gets a good moment, nice couple of kills pop off, and all of a sudden, you know, Team Secret are straight back into it.
Yeah, and that's the other thing that we kind of haven't really touched on too much as well. I mean, the desk kind of brought it up. It's the fact that Team Secret can, you know, perhaps start to save up, go in for an investment with an operator or something, because that's a new dimension that has been added to them because of, you know, Zeus getting picked up. Offline, you start to, I don't know, decapitate someone like Ash Texture.
Right. I feel like Zeus he's been good, but he hasn't really angled towards the op all that much. But it's nice to have it in the back pocket. Anyway, back into the swing of things here for round 20. Gen.G leading 10-9. Hoping to close this map out to force us through to a third.
Okay.
This attack's been okay from them so far, so I guess we'll give them the benefit of the doubt for the moment.
Either way, though, Gen.G has already taken up quite some space off of just a hunt. Smoke up as well. Team Secret, of course, not really having the guns this time around, but a sudden pivot over to B side.
Yeah, straight into B.
Hey, look at Kelly S.
Well, his position is
Oh.
found and dealt with. Sylvan as well in tree. As the door opens, can't get much done. It is going to open the door up for Zeus to find a kill, but realistically speaking, that's just not enough in this round to provide anything of interest.
Fair enough. Texture with the ally as well. This should be a free kill.
Yep, indeed it is. Jesse Bash out of the picture. This is where we need a Zeus pop-off moment. The team back in the game, but a 1v4 and the post-plant position is not ideal either. With shots though from Texture.
Boom!
Come on.
And hold on a minute. A 1v4.
He's running out of time,
I
surely.
mean, I don't even know why they've given him the chance. You know? I guess in the end,
Enti.
it was not
Sayang yun, no?
the chance that he was looking for. Good effort, but the best you can say is NT. It's really nothing in the end.
Still some pressure on the Gen.G, I guess. They're playing that safe. Lakia gets one away from the Nightfall. Zeus.
Di ako gumagalaw, parang ang lalagnatin.
We could be going in for an explosive round in just several minutes. 11-9 currently the score. There's Texture. And there's always a chance for still Gen.G to walk away with things. 4 rounds in a row now. That's just one of those where, you know, kind of playing it fast. They start to work around the C side, key players, no, A side, and key players from Team Secret involved.
Huwag kang lalagnatin.
The sudden rotation.
Tinatanong kita kanina kung nagbabalo ka, di ka sumagot.
So, just any round possible, get yourself that map point initially, and then you can start to relax.
Yeah. Yep. Feels like now or never really for Team Secret though. Take your time out. You're down 11-9. You have to put something on the board here. This defense, as you can see, has been crumbling.
Nung ilo mo, bossing. Platinum lang. Yung
Without a bit of
smurf.
effort from Ash. Sorry, from Zeus. I think Zeus has again been fragging. 23 and 17. He's been putting in work on this defense, but 4 on the trot for Gen.G is a formidable statistic to go up against. That said, you've got 4 ultis available for Team Secret, so I think if you're going to win any round, it has to be this one. Off the timeout, you've got ultis available. You need to get it done here.
Let's have a listen in Team Secret though.
Nothing seeker eh, or B.
Kailangan magpapapa si Silvan, gago. Kumuha ang tubig,
Nothing
nauwaw ka.
Okay.
I jiggle.
sa pagmamahal ko.
Nothing C guys, Kirby or
I jiggle here. I jiggle. I'm gonna retake.
Oh, good info there. Nothing C. Care B or A. Care A is what we need to be talking about at this point. The info here on B
Di lang
is
di yun. Totoo yun.
limited.
Tinatanong ko.
It's so tentative. Just not really seeing too much, but I do like them pushing all the way out. That's kind of how you want to work around the map. Gen.G could still end up on A, but then suddenly if you start to fast flood back from rubble, that's a position that Gen.G hasn't really contended with so far. Kelly's though, I want to see him stay alive.
Well, plan's going to go down. That is going to be the go signal.
Oh, Ash. What a position to play.
Kelly has got to make sure that he doesn't drop. He is the one point of difference in terms of where this retake is coming from.
It's just kind of flip sides.
Yeah, it's almost as if Team Secret are playing on the attack. There's Kelly S.
Gago patay, oh.
That is the thorn in the side of Texture.
Ooh, spotted.
All of a sudden now, it starts to feel like it might be doable for Team Secret. They've even pulled the pit out to get a bit more space. Defuse is on. Jesse Vash has that coverage. The other side, you'd have to go
Nice.
through the pit. Team
Easy.
Secret.
Easy. Nice. Nice round.
Oh my god.
What a round. They didn't take any damage, Quack. They took 0 damage.
I cannot believe that that's what we're witnessing.
Is that what they mean by flawless? You take 0 damage in the round. That's about as
Quite
flawless as you can
literally.
get.
I mean, the Viper Spit definitely helped them out so much, but the little bits of movement, Zeus clearing out back with the relay bolt, the slight check on towards the side of Baby Door, B-Link, that's what gives you vision onto Ash. Ash was the one sleeper agent that Gen.G could have activated, but that's gone. So now within range of tying up the score.
Yeah, let's see what Team Secret have got.
Saan nila nilaro ng close game na?
Volties go down, but they've still got overdrive.
Kanina, ano lang eh. Kanya-kanya lang ng play.
With how Zeus has been performing.
Again, and just Team Secret starts to peek their head outside of sights.
I mean, you start to wonder again, Gen.G is becoming a bit one-dimensional. How many times can you hit A?
Apparently a lot, but suddenly now respecting the forward position of the Vice Utility a bit more. That's going to buy time for Team Secret to make the rotations around.
You're going to try and retake that space here, Gen.G, but you're right in saying that the rotate has come through for Team Secret. Mine's going to go down in the meanwhile. A bit of a whip
good
initially
trade.
from Karen. He ends up getting 1-for-1. Team Secret not doing too badly until
1v2, kaya mo yan,
provide
Jelly.
the kills they need. The plant not secured though, so Kelly S has a little bit of extra time to start to come across.
Layo.
30 seconds left.
I'm trying to keep his movement concealed, but a 1v2, not entirely knowing where they could be positioned.
Dalawa,
It's not easy.
magti-3 na to.
Until Snakebite is available, but it's not going to do you a whole lot of good in a scenario like this one unless you, for some reason, get it tossed perfectly into tree.
I mean, even then, you need that spray down just right. The spike planted for a tree should give him an idea of where they are, so check for now.
Isolate some of the angles, and he's doing a pretty good job of trying to find these 1v1s. He's just not hitting his shots. Satchel out as well to disrupt. There's one on Delakia. Hang on a minute.
Okay, sayang.
He got 2 shots off, but Texture survives on 12. And so Gen.G will take the round and get to 12 and get to map point.
Match point.
Oh god. Just that close. Again, wanting to see perhaps, you know, different retake entries being taken, but the pathing from Texture this time around, slight microplay just to go up through the smoke. Something that Team Secret didn't expect.
Sayang.
Wake up to the server now.
Clutch
Maybe a
yun.
little bit late, but still not too late.
Well, you want to get
Para
it
di
done
tayo
here
lag
as Team
natin.
Secret, you're going to have to get it done in OT. I feel like, you know, if this was a team that had had a few more weeks to play with, they might have won this 2-0, but still just a fresh team, still integrating Zeus. Need that experience lacking as a unit. Need that extra 5% on a day like today. Not over yet though. Showstopper out from Texture. Should be the end of Kelly S. The kill is stolen away by Kite, but here comes Zeus on the re-entry.
Uy!
Got himself a double.
Uy! Gagi, nice!
Jesse Vash as well. go down. So, very awkward now for Karon.
Nilalabnat ata ako,
I mean,
hindi
what do you
lagnat
do?
eh.
It's just so weird. Spike, irretrievable. And he's just gonna have to try to hold on to Trifle. I mean, money's still relatively decent, I think. Maybe a slight half. But either way, there's definitely an overtime on the cards for Team Secret. I mean, Gen.G, I didn't mind the idea. You start off with Ash
left.
just pushing over into side.
Yeah.
You keep the rest of the team somewhat straggled towards the back of C Mound, where Texture's able to pick up the Alt Orb, get in Showstopper, but suddenly, again, it's just not
Nalalamunan to.
anything. Even though they've made their way into sight, just around the corners of everything, Team Secret
Pag
managed
nanalo
to
TS
plant
tatoy
their
si
feet
Leo,
down,
kantado.
play around positions, taking those duels, getting those trades. You know, the fast exchange of flashes and everything from Sylvan really collapses over onto Gen.G, and that's just a reactive play.
I want to get swept up in the story, you know, of Team Secret. I really do. I'd like to see them get to the OT here.
Go ahead.
You know, find their first win on the stage for this split. I know it won't matter, but you don't want to go winless.
Zeus, man.
Bye muna, may gagawin ako. Check mo IG. Sure.
Oh,
It's very
Just
possible.
do your thing, man.
Oh, 2 stingers available for Gen.G. The buy is
awkward.
not full, yeah. Quick dump just for rumble control. Zeus is around the corner. Whoa.
Yeah, keeps it
Sayang,
well
patay
done.
na si
Great
Zeus.
shot. Take Zeus out of this round. That's the overdrive gone as well, by the way.
Not impossible though. Bash one away from Nightfall. Put some stock into the Vise utility over on C side, but Gen.G starting to sneak across to it.
Losing Zeus, though, definitely takes the teeth out of the round for Team Secret, doesn't it? I mean, he has been the firepower point of difference for them.
Yeah, that was
That's
quite
been
the risk.
opening a lot of these rounds up, but now they're going to have to do it without him.
Call an audible over onto the C site. Sylvan in position, but no real line of sight over.
Mahirap na to.
This side. That's a real big question.
Don't have much for the retake. It all comes down to if Jesse Bash finds that 1 kill.
He's not even in position to get a kill at this point. He's still ferreting around back towards defense spawn. Sylvan's got himself one, but Texture 2. The trade comes through. It's not enough for Team Secret so far. They came in with a number 7.
Nasa labas
Number
pa si
7
Karon.
is maintained. Now getting a bit of space. But unfortunately, Lakia,
Yun
even
lang.
from range with the Stinger, is going to be able to get that one. Jesse Bash will not get the chance to use the Nightfall. He's still looking for that kill. He'll get it.
Empty boys, map 3 tayo. 1, 2.
13 and 2
Or
11.
2 possible
And
score.
Gen.G will force us through to 3.
Oh, both maps going the entire length. That's what's at stake. That's the strength of these two teams, just being able to challenge each other that much.
Hente,
I mean,
hente.
sure, it looks one-dimensional at some point,
Tol,
but the
TS,
fact that
please
they do
win.
not foul
Lalagnatin
out,
ako.
the fact that they just keep going. Everything into the C side again, and also just robbing every bit of hope away from Jesse Bash in that last instance.
Yeah. Yeah, Zeus going down early in that last round. It felt pretty doomed from the outset. Honestly, this felt like a pretty hard game for Gen.G from the outset. Things were against them. They lost the pistol round. They lost both the pistols, and they come away with the win. So, you know, I think you can sort of look at that 13-11 scoreline and say, would it have been that close had both the pistols not gone the way of Team Secret? You know, maybe you give another round or another 2 rounds there to Gen.G. But at the end of the day, a win to win. That's enough to put through to a 3rd map, and I think that's obviously what Gen.G are looking for. And like we said, that's not necessarily the end of the world either for Team Secret. A little bit more match practice. You know, you don't get the
Di
opportunity.
pa kinuha, sayang!
Think about how many officials do you actually play in any given season? You know,
Tier 1.
right?
Yeah.
So take the opportunity, take the chance to have that extra game under your belt.
It's lovely to see either way. I mean, how many rounds did we see Zeus start to pop off? I mean, insane flicks, slight spray transfers, Kelly S getting involved, which you'll be happy about, but for now, we're going to toss it back over to the desk.
Another 13-11 scoreline, this time in favor of Gen.G on Lotus. I don't know though. How did you feel about that map? I feel like they won this map, but it wasn't exactly the the kind of comfortability that I thought they would win it on.
I mean, I do think Secret looked a lot weaker on this map.
Hey guys, ano yung decider? Anong map yung next?
I think Gen.G,
Di ko nakita
great they can be as individuals.
Pearl ba?
When we move across to that scoreboard graphic, just take a look at Ash, man.
Pearl?
He is the guy for them right now.
He definitely is. I mean,
Ano next
they've
map?
found themselves a thrifty and both pissed.
Breeze.
So, especially given that they start out winning themselves a bonus as well.
Breeze
They've
daw,
got
pre.
a little bit of a role here, but Gen.G with a little bit more quality on Lotus, as expected. Although, still a winnable game for Secret. Like, this has been an incredibly close series, and I don't think that's too surprising given the level of both of these teams. And I'm not necessarily talking about the fact that, both of them have struggled to get wins in Pacific. I think that, honestly, both of these teams are better than their results necessarily reflect. Again, it was the tale of the Neons.
Naban ka. Kasi ramdam ko matatalo TS eh. Kasi alam niyo kung bakit? Prager kasi si Sir Jesse Bass. Pag Prager siya, ibig sabihin, hindi nag-step up yung iba.
Omen can be a big fragger, a big playmaker on a map like Lotus, and we just didn't see that from him.
Yeah, unfortunately, not so much from Sylvan, but you're absolutely right. It was the show for the two Neons here. And, you gotta hand it to Zeus. Again, he is very, very new on this stage, and he's able to deliver. He has so much pressure on him as that duelist for Team Secret. He's seen this team throughout, the entirety of his career, and he's able to actually fill in that slot. So, I gotta hand it to him. Good job. But of course, we are not done yet, and this is still Gen.G. There's still a lot to work on here. And on the side of Gen.G, I just feel like, Ash really has been carrying the team so much throughout these two maps.
This guy is refusing to lose. He's saying, guys, I don't want to be last in the group. I'll make it happen myself if I have to.
We talked about Secret winning pistol and bonus in the first half, and this is how Gen.G reply. Bucky plus overdrive, Ash gets a 4K.
Sayang yun, close na. Kala ko kanila na din eh.
Especially in this first half, he just had multi-frags on all of the rounds that Gen.G were winning. It was really Ash kind of dragging them, kicking and screaming across the line. On the other
may
side,
chance tayo sa Breeze. Meron.
I think the numbers somewhat similar, of course a little bit higher there on Lotus, but the multi-frags he was putting together had much more impact, I felt like, on Split, on Lotus than rather on Split.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he had a lot more impact rounds where he's having those hard anchors, where he's actually managing to get the job done on the side, and even on that attacker side as well. I feel like he's just much more comfortable on the map. On Split, I felt like he was out of position a little bit, or he's often too far back. He's not able to probe for that pressure, but I do feel like Lotus, his Vice looked much better there despite the relative numbers. So big credit to Carol.
Harang nalagnatin kasi talaga.
But still, like when you talk about Karen, you think back
Wala akong maibuga eh.
2024, when
Wala akong maisigaw.
Rookie of the Year and everything. We've seen him in much better shape than this. And sure, he might be adjusting to the meta and everything, but also he's been, he's been a little bit more reserved than what we know him as, right? Yeah. And it's a lot of the players on Gen.G actually, you can kind of feel this sort of, heaviness among them. And I feel like on this last map, this is going to be the last map that you're going to play for this stage. You have to let
last na yun.
KRX, because we know that that's a shadow over them. Forget
less than 4 minutes, guys.
It has to come down here on Breeze, which, by the way, before we stop talking about shadows and ghosts and everything, when we look back at the score lines of these two teams on this map, it wasn't exactly very good.
Yeah, both these teams have had a rocky time on Breeze so far. For me, this third map, this decider, is all about who's improved the most, who has shown the most growth from their losses. So I do think that's going to be a big question. Secret, we've seen them play this twice, 13-4 the first time, then a 13-8, 13-9, something like that.
Yeah,
so they've already shown a little bit of growth there. So I think if Team Secret continue that trend,
Ito, Breeze na. Maganda rin pinakita ni Zeus dito.
It's a very similar question where how much better will they look this time around?
Yeah, I think for Team Secret, I mean, both of these teams most recently
Push may stream mamaya. Depende sa pakiramdam ko, pre. Pagka nawala pakiramdam ko, goods.
To really play that. I think Kelios had a rough game on that map in particular, and he's been a pretty stable, consistent performer. I'd honestly like to see him back on the Viper and then potentially put Berserks on a Senti or something like that, even if it's going to be a slower comp for Team Secret. They play a very slow attack side anyway. They often just sit back in spawn, and it worked quite well for them against non-chip.
Ano, touch mo sa Koranami 2.0 coach.
Good
siya, binili ko siya kagabi. So, kung sinong panood at makita ang paano makakill gamit ang Koranami 2.0,
that
ko.
defense,
Panoorin nyo
particularly for
lagi ang
Gen.G,
aking live.
necessitate an off really on the side of Gen.G. Secret play incredibly slowly, and you need to kind of adapt to that pace. So, I mean, first, like I said, number one question for me is either one of these teams going to comp swap? And
Tingin
what
ko
else
that
are they gonna
mag-double-
play, especially for a Gen.G who have to bed in Kite and you know, potentially swap things around in that regard. And for Team Secret, where they had some good moments, I felt like their attacking side was pretty good. Their defense, they had some good ideas, but they just kind of fell apart as the map moved on versus Nongshim.
Yeah, and it was actually a lot closer than the scoreline entails, right? Versus Nongshim, because there were a lot of moments where they were able to catch Nongshim off guard. I feel like that could be the same story as well versus Gen.G, and versus a Gen.G that's actually seems to be a bit on a, you know, they have a damper on their spirits right now. And Team Secret, they know that they are actually doing everything right, potentially for, like, you know, the first or maybe the second time in this stage.
Yeah, I definitely just, I want to see improvements from both of these teams on Breeze. I think they've both had that little bit of shakiness. And for me, I really want to see Kelly S not on this KO. He's been so good on the Viper. So really solid on it that I think it's worth just putting him there. I think putting him on the KO, it plays very differently. He's having to be a lot more supportive. He can't play on his own timing. So I'm worried about his performance if he's on it.
Well, I feel like people are just playing KO overly supportive at the moment. Like, they're constantly left-click flashing, they're knifing for info, things like that. I want to see a KO with some balls. Like, we're playing in a Phoenix meta. Underarm the flash out, the choke, and just run out, bro. Like, I don't understand why everyone is playing this, like, very passive KO. Hey, man, I'll flash you in. Like, come on, let me help you. It's like, bro, get in there and frag.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be excited to see that as well. And, you know, Kellyas, he's been very, very flexible player. He does have that in them to actually be more aggressive. So I hope to see it. I hope that Nongshim match did teach them a lot and did show them, like, where they were actually faltering, and that they learned from that, and see that Gen.G, you know, they can apply that in this match in Gen.G. And for Gen.G, oh man, I just really want to see them come alive again.
I mean, the good news is it's going to be a completely different team. I'm hoping for a comp change. I'm assuming there will be a comp change now that Zinx is off the roster and they're betting in Kite. They're going to have to play to his comfort a little bit. I think that's going to be a net positive for Gen.G. And for Secret, I mean, I'm honestly backing them in 3 here because they showed so much growth against Nongshim and they looked like they had a good game plan there. It's up to Gen.G's prep. They've picked this map in the past. They've shown the propensity to want to play it, even if it hasn't necessarily gone well for them, as have Secret. So starting out on this attacking side, we're going to see Texture Jet and Ash Neon, the double duelist, hyper-aggressive entry, Kite Omen.
Okay, one duel ulit ang Team Secret. Double initiator. Same lineup sila nung kalaban nila nung
He's played so many times in the
Nongshim.
past, so I think he'll feel very comfortable there. Yeah, Team Secret, it's that double initiator. Kelly S on the KO. Really want to see a step up from this guy. He's been really rock solid all series, but now is where it matters the most.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I want to see Zeus get the op out on defense ASAP. Like, honestly, I think he can tear Gen.G apart here if he has a good game for himself. He's been pretty good this series.
Yeah, he's had that fantastic Pulsar flick of the week that we saw. Hey, maybe he can pull out another one versus Gen.G. That certainly gave him a lot of confidence during his first time on this map. So let's see indeed which team is more confident heading into map number 3 as we toss it on over to your casters, Quack and Elfish.
And here we go again, straight into map number 3, onto Breeze, where things feel like it's kind of...
Okay guys, let's go map 3.
The desk is right.
TS, you can do it. So we can have a win.
A sniper duel between Zeus and Texture.
Let's have it. I'm on board. I mean, I think it'll be fun. Obviously, third map here, Gen.G and Team Secret playing for the illustrious opportunity to not be last place in their group. That is what this is all about. You know, at the end of the day, it's got to matter in some way, right?
Look at that on the screen. It does matter. A lot of pride
that's not a world record that you want. You know what I mean? Like that. I'm not calling up Guinness Book of World Records and saying, "Hey, can we get this one in?" As Team Secret. So let's see what they can do. Obviously, they'd like to get their first win of the season. The Gen.G would also like to avoid a loss here, as they would also go down into last place with the head-to-head in that matter. So
do it for the fans. Don't disappoint them.
Yeah,
Who
there's
wants
also a lot of fans
to
in them too, though.
avoid losing more? Currently, though, Team Secret, adventurous as ever, trying to play along their wall, actually peeking out of B tunnel. Oh,
very proactive here from Team Secret.
Gen.G are sitting back.
It seems like a bit of a read from Gen.G, doesn't it? I mean, they're all looking in that direction, but they've just missed their shots.
Yeah. I tell you what, I mean, Team Secret did make a recent announcement with the adoption of Zeus that they
Nandiyan po
have.
si Zeus. Naglalaro si Zeus, yes.
Shout out to Sky, who,
How about this for timing?
yeah, it was a call. They played this very much
Hmm.
so against Paper X, where they always swung together as a team around these walls.
They're just going back and forth around the map, and they're making all the right calls. They're going exactly where they need to have some kind of impact.
Numbers should overwhelm. Oh
Patay
my
ang
God, they're standing
gagi.
through the smoke.
Yeah. Dark goes out as well, clears out a bit of space,
Patay.
and Zeus is there to clear out the
Patay,
rest.
ubos.
He's got the 3K on the pistol, why not? I mean, this guy... I think there was a lot of hype around Zeus coming into Team Secret, right? It was a conversation point for...
Kailangan mabuhay si Silvan.
And then
Nawala kanina eh.
it was good, but it wasn't really the win, I guess.
Nung
necessarily.
map 1 okay eh.
Looking
Yung
for
map
it
2
against
na,
the defuse
na
at
ano
one
eh.
point, so you know, a lot of resources being
Mm,
invested
nanlabo.
into Zeus, and I think it's really nice to see him coming in and having that kind of impact, right? Even if it may not end up being a win overall for
PH versus PH, no. PH versus Korea.
just at least to say, okay, well, there's something to look forward to next split for Team Secret.
Guaranteed. I think that's the other story as well. Is plucked up from tier 2 is a thing, from Oasis. But unlike some, other maybe tier 2 upstarts and prodigies, he's not as hot-headed. He doesn't really overheat too much. He plays very well with the team. Listens to his elders,
Right.
and just kind of works alongside them. Now he's being, built up for this. Has the outlaw as well, in position to strike onto B site.
There we go. The double banger. Texture and Ash out of the picture early. Team Secret, they have not really struggled in converting on their pistol rounds so far in this series, and it doesn't look like they will here either. Gonna let that
Grabe si
flank
Zeus
go
din.
down, but at the end of the day, the round itself seems like it is going to be pretty
Boom!
collected, and this might be the world's fastest overdrive charge. And he doesn't quite.
Yan! Yan ang gusto ko! Lala talaga ng in ni Zeus. Oo, pre.
Yeah.
Nag-improve din ako dahil dyan eh. Kay
Overdrive in
Zeus.
2 rounds.
Mga sinabi
Round
niya.
3, that is definitely some potential stake to really.
What's going on here? What's the KD? Let me have a look here. I'm pretty sure everyone else has only got 1 kill.
The Neon's are popping off there.
Yeah. Zeus has killed like everybody all the time, but everyone else on his team has only gotten 1.
You're thinking about it, aren't you?
No, I'm not really.
Pang.
Actually,
Just kidding around.
Gimme.
I'm just trying to give him his props, when he deserves it. 6-0, and his rest of his team's picked up 1 kill each.
Yeah.
Mate, you're out fragging the
Actually,
entire team.
Thinking
And
about the
also,
all points out.
Gen.G is 0-2 across the board.
Not a single kill to be found between those 2 rounds, but now that they have all the guns, hopefully you would think they would see something.
Yes.
All 5 down into B.
Yeah, going to be a bit of a faster play here for Gen.G. They're feeling confident knowing that Team Secret haven't upgraded their weapons. So they're going to take that space nice and quickly, get the plant down early. Force the drone out here from Jesse Bash to see if he can figure out what the setup's going to look like. Difficulty dealing with that drone, apparently. It gets quite a lot of time in the air.
Some vision, but at the same time, take a look at what's going down bottom mid.
Yep. Rotation has come through. Just waiting for the perfect time here. On behalf of Team Secret, Zeus has got a long sightline. Kelly S looking to clear
Nice,
out
so.
Karen, and will do a good job of that. That brings Zeus into play here, and the overdrive,
Ooh.
as we talked about
Sayang.
in the last round, will come out to play in this.
Boom.
To close the round, but
Smooth
certainly has got
retake,
space.
bro.
Onto Ash, 1v3.
Smooth retake,
Spike
bro.
planted for him, gets that one.
Brr, brr.
It's more.
Nice!
Is it enough? The question in my mind.
Woo!
There.
Oh my goodness, my gulay!
Stay alive in that round in the end. Kelly S gets it done. I had a
Oy, bro, Nix
question for a
automatic.
moment,
Thank you for the raid, bro. What's up?
How is a matchup like this tight? Down to the defuse, 0.3. But really, I mean, it's just a snowball effect from the initial 2 rounds. Zeus, the main catalyst. A lot of noise
Sakit ng
made as
ulo
he set
talaga.
himself up with that outlaw. Karen is forced to kind of think about that angle, and that allows for
Happy Fridays, coach. What's up, man? Thank you, Brand. God bless, man. Stay safe. Stay hydrated.
heated there for a moment
Stay
because
who
the
you
conversation
are.
comes down to a really
Stay cal.
close affair in the 3v1.
Oh.
Fast play this time again. But the thing that worries me, obviously, with that is that's a bonus round. They've won the bonus round. Gen.G are really in the pits now.
big momentum gaining round for Secret. Gen.G, again, I don't know.
Ah, sabi ko, stay godless. Ay, God bless ka
For
ako.
the 4th round. Of course, this is the one where they're on an eco, so don't really think too much about it.
W
but
raid, man.
You ever heard that
it's
phrase?
kind of worrying.
You ever heard that phrase, to be or not to be?
Sure, yeah.
Gen.G, they know the answer. The answer is to be.
Yeah, you've seen that quite a fair bit in your career, haven't you?
Yeah.
Oh, man. At least we've got that slight lurk of Karan out towards shot, but that's a tough angle to clear if your opponents are on rifles on the other side as well. Just wait to see what happens after the smoke drops.
Here's the hit. Once again, Gen.G going to be allowed out onto the site. They're going to be allowed to plant. Team Secret happy to play for the region.
Bang!
Have that late
Bang!
through that's dealt with. Karan was looking to find the timing on the Sylvan.
Pag panalo test,
Really
libre
tough
kita
pill to
idol.
swallow,
Ah, sige.
Gen.G. They're trying, as they might here, against Team Secret to find a cheeky round. A 3-on-4, but Lakia tagged up. Forced away now as well. You doubled up
Nice!
the box. It's never going to go well. Kelly
Ganda ng tutok nila ngayon ah.
and Team Secret will get another. Who will get the proceeds of the defuse? It will be Kelly S, who has got the ulti online now as well.
It's going to be very useful for retakes. This score might just extend more and more. Meanwhile, for Gen.G, though, I mean, you kind of called it really clearly, Elfish. Just the frag nade that pushes them off the angle that they would hoped or wanted to hold on to. I mean, they had stingers and everything, so close range would have been lovely, but that's not there. Hopefully, you start to see them work the map a little bit more. 4 rounds in a row into B, and now they're going elsewhere.
We will see. Just take a bit of space outside A and then default back over to B.
Don't mind that. A little bit more. But they're getting caught by 0 point and everything now. Team Secret not discouraged to take the fight. Zeus is on and off
Patay
line.
ito.
It's quite an advanced line as well. Crossing back to A will be difficult for Gen.G.
Ang mag-pick sa mid patay.
Pass in, and he is
Sabi
well
niya.
prepared for
Kaso
that.
nakuha siya.
The trade from Ash.
Hindi na siya, umatras na lang siya. Ano?
Versus Texture, and Texture's
Nice.
woes continue. 0 and 5 for the map so far is really not good at all.
For the guy who used to be a star player. Either way, though, the rest of the team, now it's going to be
Ganda
Ash.
position nila Kelly saka ni Zilban.
Awkward fights, but just Ash survives. Okay, needs to be a little bit careful. Has been tagged up, but third shot not going to go through.
Nag-ulti siya doon.
Drop the spike. I mean,
In-invest niya ulti niya doon for Jesse Bash.
just too good. Can't do anything here as Ash. The swing's going to come through from multiple.
Nice ult, bro.
5-0.
Nice
Team Secret
ult.
are battering Gen.G right now.
That's a pretty good way to describe it. I mean, before this map started, Ash was plus 14, 44 on top of 30. Meanwhile, Zeus wasn't that far off, but I feel like in this map, we're going to see that number change around really wildly. I mean, just the way that every...
Hindi, inultihan niya for one man. One man ult gagawin niya, papatayin niya.
And they're having fun.
Yeah. Motivation is high, momentum's high for Team Secret. Gen.G with a timeout here.
What the hell?
And you know what? I think we actually did, just like you called it, end up back on B.
Yeah. To be or not to be? The answer is to be.
I don't know. I don't know.
Inisip ko pa rin talaga, what if napaaga yung pasok ni Zeus?
The fact is no one's fragging. I mean, Ash is 4 and 5,
No.
sure. But like, you've got 0 kills from Texture, 0 kills from Karan. Lakia and Kite have put one together each.
And
In
that's
5 rounds.
Yeah. More confidence for Team Secret to play off of that as well. They know their opponents are hurt because of this fact. They are taking one-way smokes, they're taking duels. You've got Zeus back on the op, and he played, aggressively outside of mid before. And that was kind of
Standing ni Zeus.
the initial domino that set the rest of the effect in
Hindi ko
motion.
pa makita. Patab nga po, patab.
3 Guardians and a Bucky. Plus Karan on the lurk on a hero Vandal. Oh boy.
Well, this time, it's going to be to A for Gen.G. You'll see if that makes any kind of difference. Ash starts nicely. The opener onto Sylvan. Zeus is still lurking. The op in.
Wait lang, naglo-loading.
Oh, that's a good kill for Kelly S to grab. Ash going down.
Oh!
For another one. Kelly S gets the double. That brings it back now to a favorable
Last-
position for Team Secret. And it seems no matter where Gen.G go, they are having
Last guy.
no success. Lakia now tasked with a 1-on-3. He knows the danger is coming in his
Gago
direction.
low.
He hears those footsteps, turns around, gets the one, but it costs him a lot of HP. He's doing pretty well to buy some time, but he's just got to buy so much. And
Bro, lagging bro. Lagging. Umahabol yung live. Nice one bro. Nice one.
it's too expensive.
Okay, good. Buhay pa rin ang momentum, guys. Get up.
Painful. Round after round, it's just roadblocks.
No one's fragging, bro. You can't win a game of Valorant if you're not getting kills. I'm sorry, that's just the long and short of it. Ashes, but Ash is not winning a 1v5, man. It's not how this works.
Yeah. You really do not expect this to be happening of a team that, you know, has gone up to the Masters previously. I think they were the team that brought the trophy initially, first team in Pacific to do it. But here we are.
And you think that's off the back of a timeout as well, you know? So that's the mental reset, that's the coach having a bit of a chat.
Nothing found off of it.
So, I mean, how do you recover this at all?
You really hope somehow.
Bro, naglalag bro. Why?
They might be able to do it. Zeus is off somewhere else on another angle, and Gen.G has no idea. Just to try to hope to.
Gusto ko matulog, tas nakita ko na naman yung A daw ang cosplay mo. Targis ka.
Side, but Ash has
What the hell happened, bro?
blinded, self-stunned.
Panicking. Cracks are starting to show for Gen.G, there's no doubt about that.
Texture back onto the jet as well. At least we've got a Ascent coming back into the.
Bro, I think we need to restart this shit.
A little more comfortable then, but today,
Not today, sir.
yeah, a little bit of drone, trying to set up some kind of an A split. Berserk's lurking around the smokes though on mid.
Di siya alam, di siya alam, di siya alam. Di siya
To
alam.
that A site, Kelly's just
Nice!
they say
Nice!
the door is shut on Gen.G today.
You're kidding me. 7 in a row.
30 seconds left.
Not much was
Bro,
checked.
we
They
need
walked
to
into
restart,
site,
bro.
The corner clear as day.
Oh
Now
my
these
god,
Karen will be
naglag
able to
tayo.
find one-
We need to restart, man. Naglalag siya eh. So, dyan muna kayo. 7-0 naman eh. Tapos nung ginanto ko sa hinabol, it can't be, man. It can't be. Wait lang. I-restart lang natin. Wait lang ha, hindi sa akin yun, hindi sa akin yun. Naglalag lang talaga. Dahil ata sa wifi. What the hell is that?
All he gets. This is rough, huh?
This is very rough. Zeus is going to take a bit of initiative here into middle, see if he can spot anything out, but now you kind of know what's up. It is going to be the
We are
VCT
so
take.
back.
Knives out here for Texture. Can he find himself
30 seconds left.
his opening kill for the map in the 8th round? Surely, with a Blade Storm, you have to get something done here as Texture.
Oh,
Bro,
Karen's on
Karon is lurking, bro!
Nice timing, very nice timing. Sees 2 at least. So that's really important information for Gen.G, but it still might not matter if the kills don't come through. Knowledge is power, as they say, but still need to follow up on that knowledge. Ash with a good one onto Kelly. Yes, there we go for Texture. Oh, only the one. He doesn't quite manage to land a second, but job is being done, and Karen late on the lurk.
Gagi, nakalusot si Karon.
And give Gen.G a sliver of hope. The door is open, it's slightly ajar. Can they jam their boot in and keep it open, is the question now.
on the attacking halves all throughout today. We haven't quite seen it yet, but now would be a good time. Gen.G, always sharp on the thrifties. First kill on the board for Texture. Let's keep that ball going. Listen into Team Secret though.
Tol, kung di natin re-restart, maglalag.
Defenses across site.
Dapat ka sa labas.
Wait, I call you.
It's okay, I'm gonna ult ticket. Viper ARP here. Call flash. May flash. Pushing.
I hold it.
I go bin.
Ready to you. Ready to start. IR.
Nothing mid.
Hindi ka na retake.
I'm coming to you, Bang. You can place it if you want.
We still have doors.
Let's fight side.
Yeah, a lot of information now. Quick rotations over onto B side just to provide Berserks with support. AFC in these hits. Oh no!
Oh.
Texture's not gone very far. That's fine. They're into the site and they've got an opener. You'll take it. It invested too for Gen.G. They really want every single round that they can get right here, so they're putting everything into it.
Spike planted.
Yan ka lang, Kelly.
The ult's all coming through.
Nako,
Play as safe
nakalipad
as
pa.
possible as well.
Zeus is here. It's going to be time to go for Team Secret. And there's a wall that they're going to have to get.
Low!
So, that has
Daming
been achieved.
smoke.
Nice shock dart into the dark cover. Gets the better of Kite, but time starting to tick. And Team
Nice
Secret
one.
will have to dive into the pit. Karen now down.
Tingin ko winnable.
Also gone. Texture for
Yun lang.
two.
Ganda ng pwesto.
Back online. But is it enough for Gen.G to win the round? It's not looking too great. Lakia trying to slow it down as much as possible. Will defuse. Will stop the defuse.
Hindi na
The spam into the smoke that gets the better of
Hindi
Jessica.
na
Finally,
Sayang.
It's starting to come together for Gen.G.
Yeah, quite laborious still though, but either way, a Red Bull clutch. Hunter's Fury and the quick peek. Texture finding 2 big kills off of the slight swivel as well. But at the end, I mean, huge 0 point, and we can see effects of Kelias's KO come into factor for Team Secret. This is a team that still kind of has retake protocols into play, so you still don't want to count them out. Gen.G though, trying to build up. Oh, it's Zeus.
He's got multiple members to keep an eye on as well. That's a missed shot, uncharacteristic, can't get out. So he's going to have to recontest the angle.
No, it's way too awkward.
Di niya natamaan, sayang.
Kind of want to play some other position. Sylvan will come back and fill that gap. But look at how Team Secret are playing the defense around this as well. A lot towards middle. In fact, they're playing off-site.
Yeah, very happy to retake B. Which, to be fair, was mostly working for them. Gen.G have cracked the nut a couple of times now, but I think Team Secret still have the edge in the head-to-head in terms of retakes on B. So we're also getting quite a bit of space here prior to the plant going down. This is a very different look in comparison to what we saw in the previous. There was a pit up. There's a lot more util available for Gen.G. They had the Sova ulti available too. Team Secret might find it a bit easier for this retake,
lang.
but with Texture getting the better of Zeus, will add another layer to it that Team Secret are not necessarily going to enjoy. And
Bubuhayan si
it's
Texture,
taken a
bro.
while for Texture to come alive, but now that he has, he's kind of hitting everything.
Nabubuhayan si Texture, bro.
That's another big round from him.
6 kills now. Let's keep that going.
Thinkers. Any thinkers? I'm thinking. I don't know what I'm thinking. I don't think much, all right? It's usually dangerous. But he's gone from like 0-7 to now 6-9.
Okay, let's not. No.
Ente.
Yeah. 6 and 9.
I mean, it's not a great scoreline, but if you would consider it from the 0-7 standpoint,
Yes.
you know.
My brain's kind of empty as well, not gonna lie. But I mean, in rounds like these, it's just, again, Gen.G being able to quickly take down sites, set up around it. Team Secret, despite Zeus's positioning.
Terrifying. you ever have that moment though? You're like,
Always.
jump scared? Yeah.
Players definitely, Texture definitely, a lot of times. That's why the fans love him. But I guess starting to build up to it. Still though, the timeout now called by Team Secret, and it kind of feels as though what we're starting to see is, again, just the way this meta works. You got the double initiator setup, sure, but if you're dumping a lot of it early on in the round, you know, you gotta wait full 60 seconds before the next 0 point comes in. You're left with 1 flash remaining, and that's, you know, different, you know, lesser resources to retake with, and that's why you kind of want to look at how Jesse Vash and Kelias would play a little bit more around the A side. They've been trying to take that A shop control, which means
Okay guys, kailangan nyo yung momentum. Huwag nyo bigay kay Texture yun.
Gen.G's just kind of reading that. They're just kind of going in early, setting up around it.
Right.
If things change in this round, who knows? Team Secret might just adjust around it.
One away from Bladestorm here for Texture. Could be another big round on offer for him. Might not be hugely potentially necessary depending on how the proceedings are going. Solo hold on B. So a bit of change up there for Team Secret. Just trying to use that pit to dissuade Gen.G from coming in that direction.
They could still kind of flash and dance all around into it with Ashe close by.
They're not that scared, are they? I mean, Spike's gone into the pit.
We're going back towards Elbow or even. Try to start up something towards B tunnel.
It has to be a B hit right here. Like, Lakia's just chilling, waiting. Here we go. Gen.G very much going to be committed.
Patay ang gago.
Zeus through multiple
Patay ang gago. Ace mo nga, Zeus, oh.
Well, can this kid do anything wrong?
Yun lang.
Berserks goes down. It's not enough just yet for Gen.G. They need more. Texture unable to frag this time around. Zeus tries to take that fight forward. Double sweep comes through from Gen.G. They're starting to stabilize in the round. Now 3-on-3. Kite in the X Factor position. Will TP back. Confirms the TP as well. Kelly S spotted and dealt with. And Gen.G, they have been given a lot of questions in this round, and so far they have answered them perfectly.
Ganda.
Sylvan in the 1v3 from a 5-on-3. Team Secret surely should not be losing this round, but it seems
Di
like
kasi
we're going
napatay
that
ni
direction.
Berserk eh.
Texture, another big one.
Kung napatay ni Berserk, okay.
Texture, he was missing for 7
Di
rounds
niya
in a
napatay,
row,
man.
but now for 4, he's starting to pull it back for Gen.G.
It's not just 7 rounds, mate. It's the past 2 maps as well, but here he finally has arrived. Texture is the key for Gen.G. Just being able to play around it, back towards site, finally getting involved in these fights, finally finding that aim again. Meanwhile, for Team Secret, despite Zeus's best efforts, you know, starting to get silenced towards the back of it, I think it was maybe Kelly S getting caught by the barrel. That's what starts to hurt them, even as they try to set up retakes across the map. Go back into it though, and this might be their last buy. Well, it's the last round of the half.
It will be their last buy.
Down elbow. Lakia's pulled out the Odin.
Why not? Kite's got it.
Swap around. Reading Team Secret's movements, just try to set up and reads bits of info. They're seeing more involvement towards B, so a clear hit in towards A, but they gotta go quick.
Drone's getting info.
Patay smoker natin, bro.
Might be another one here for Gen.G. They're not going down without a fight. This was a disastrous half, but they are pulling it back one step at a time.
Nice one.
Kite gets a little bit overzealous this time around. Fast lane's up. Zeus gonna try to isolate the fight.
Tang ang ganda. Nang ganda nun, Zeus!
Zeus, someone has to bring him down. Jesse Bash falls to the Bladestorm as well. It's 1v2. Karen with the spike planted for him, but he has to get past Zeus. And even if he does that, then he has to get past Berserks as well. It's
Nice, oh! Puta ragis talaga. Ayan na, kinagat na naman ni Zeus.
Team Secret secure the last round of the half.
Let's get the replay on that. That was that a one tap?
Putik, magnet yung crosshair niya sa ulo ng kalaban, bro.
But you're absolutely right. You know, it's the kid again, and he's here, the one to kind of play counter.
Tingnan nyo, ha. Tingnan mo to. Ayan, oh.
Bam! Relay bolt, the quick slide back into it, the snap on the top of Lakia's head.
Oh, you really felt like Texture was on there, but just double swing, nice from Team Secret.
Oh my god.
There you go. Oh,
Yun, no, tumayo. Dapat talaga pasok na si Zeus muna pa lang eh.
At the end, both teams just getting great reads off of each other, but Team Secret finding that quick reaction really halts Gen.G in their tracks, even as they try to play around the spike. That's always been the kind of conundrum, I think. For Gen.G, we've seen it in the past 2 maps. They might get the spike down, but if they don't have space around the post plants, you know, that's just quick retakes, quick floods back in for the opposing team. Swap signs though, and you end up with a 4-8.
Yeah, it's a nice recovery from Gen.G. I think getting the 5th there really would have obviously been the cherry on the top. That would have felt like it would have made this map doable. I'm not sure that 4 is enough.
Kung all Filipino, tingin ko much better din, pre. Ako din, suggestion ko din yun.
A little bit better in both regards. So, you know, maybe there's something for Gen.G there that they can take away. Certainly better than what the alternative was looking like. When they were down 7-0, I think you would have said, yeah, we'll take 4-8. So I think they just have to come in, obviously take the pistol, take it 1 round at a time. Maybe there's still a map on offer for them here, a series obviously on offer. But right now, it's definitely Team Secrets to lose.
That is
Kailangan lang wag panghinaan ng loob si Berserk. Si Berserk kailangan mag-boom.
sort of info. Double initiator setup though on the attack, and it feels like they have a lot more ways to slow things down. Gen.G will push out on the attack.
Nothing seen so far. It's a quick creep here from Team Secret. Here on the info line, spot them out. Oi! Bang goes Kite for one. Needs a little bit more, and not going to be able to get it, but at least opens the door back up for the rest of his team to start to filter through. Reinforcements have arrived. Does not seem as though Team Secret will be getting away with both the pistols on this map.
No, sir. Karen's beginning to push out as well, and Spike's just not within reach. So unless you're somehow able to creep through tunnel, find all those kills on B site, which is not likely.
It's not impossible. Kelly's though is going to have a good couple of taps here to make it interesting.
Ente.
Just not going to happen. So Gen.G make it interesting. They keep it alive.
It's just you always want to see how they can find more rounds off of that pistol, though. I mean, that's kind of been something that's happened in Pacific as well. Teams get pistols, maybe bonus, but then somehow they kind of lose composure towards the end. Gen.G hasn't looked the hottest today, so you really hope they kind of hold on to this texture. Starting to find himself again.
He was 0 and 7, and now he's positive. He's 12 and 10.
That's a big turnaround. Team Secret happy to take things slow, though. Marshall, not too bad. But very reactive positions then for Gen.G. It's all down to Karen to really try and hold around his setup.
Yeah. Sure not straight through the orb. Tech shot. Nice flick onto Zeus. Still alive as well, looking for a bit more. Can't get the third, but that is not a bad round at all.
And
Gen.G.
okay, we need to get this round.
That's 950. That's not too bad. Oh my god, the way that he's still able to get it despite being flashed. That's texture. That's
Lamang tayo, boys. Okay, yung ating momentum.
peak texture
Couldn't
was
see it.
like a year or two ago where I think it was a Master's Ascent and he's able to find a flick despite just a pixel being spotted.
Right.
Yeah,
Why does he always seem like he's scared?
That's
He's terrified.
Welcome to Pacific, Jordan. Well, here we go. Now it's the full buys.
Yeah, Paranoia will push Team Secret away. One way as well to give a bit of room for Gen.G. Take that position outside of A.
That's the thing about Team Secret, though. They're happy to play it slow.
Until they're not.
Until they're not. Still early in the second half, but with the current composition that they have, they can always use those initiators to reclaim space and like what they're doing outside of A right now.
Toxin screen down.
They're getting answered back with drones as well. Berserk still kind of lurking around. Potential duel around this pillar, but not really finding too much just yet.
Patience, a real virtue for Lakia on this line. Ash as well. So it's the high-low. Shots are not connected, but the info is given. Desperate rotate going to come across here from Gen.G. Importantly,
Hindi niya
they
napatay.
deal with the raid boss of Zeus, and then the rest of the team. I was going to say falls quite handily,
Gago.
but Silver
Hinabol.
has more ideas. A 3K, the plant will be denied though.
Spike
So
down.
that might
A.
just about be the round. Berserks
10 seconds.
has to try and get this one done. Needs this duel on the texture and
Ente.
will not quite get it.
Mabagal.
Down to 16
Kailangan
at the moment
mabilis.
after a 0 and 7
8-7 na yun.
16
Butig, wag
and 4.
naman.
Oh my god, this is nuts. The first map was an 8-4 half in favor of Gen.G.
Right.
This time, 8-4 in favor of Team Secret, and Gen.G are the ones turning things around. What a way to go full circle.
It's a good effort from Sylvan, but can't rely on one person to get it done. And you know what I really don't want to see here is Team Secret just crumble, but that's kind of what it feels like we're starting to get. Obviously early days in this half, but you lose to the bonus. And now Gen.G set up for a really good second half, assuming they don't drop this round.
Teya, thank you for the
It's
rose.
going to go down. Dark cover in to cause a bit of a ruckus, but it actually might have helped
Naplant,
him out
naplant.
there. Gets Zeus back out to safety, and then he punishes with just the 1-for-1.
All util onto Spike.
He's going to pull the grenade out, that tap. Gen.G have got plenty of time to work with.
Oh!
Karen's down. Now this starts to get awkward. Gen.G surely not like this. I mean, it was looking so good in the second half. And now
Patay!
all of a sudden, now it's just all
Nice,
falling
50.
apart.
Nice.
Why
Good
have they done me
thrifty.
like that, Quack? I said it
Good
was
thrifty,
good.
boy! Sarap nun!
I have you to blame. That's ridiculous, though. Sylvan, what a shot! This guy just
Flick,
never...
no?
He always has that one moment every week. Sometimes just pops
Yun
off,
o.
gets an ace. This
Pang!
time it's that-
What a flick!
That's flick of the week.
I was going to say, get that on the flick of the week, mate.
One
I mean, it's
enemy remaining.
first game of the week, to be fair, but
Yeah.
you know, we can call it early.
At least from the bottom of the group, but insane nonetheless. Work around the toxic screen, just get the spike down on site. Now Gen.G condition to keep 3 players on.
Tingin ko dapat ang lurk si Silvan, hindi si Berserk.
Gen.G up to that point. Now a bit more work needed to be done.
Texture has pulled out the op though, not seeing too much around A main. But Team Secret have other ideas in mind. Zeus, the first to move.
Ooh, tech shot. Oh, he spots the elbow. Zerks will go down. Drone to clear out the rest of A main.
Sometimes that's all he needs, but still Team Secret now. Can they take down the 2 positioned to anchor?
This will be tough. It's not a bad setup. That Viper wall as well, if necessary, to just sort of isolate some of these angles, and that's exactly what the fast lane will do. 1v1 for Zeus, 1 against
Lang.
Ash, but you've still got to get past Karen, who's done an okay job of anchoring on that side. Texture!
Gago, binawian naman ni Texture.
Divide to safety. 3-on-3 for this retake.
Nice.
Advanced angle for Sylvan, off angle, catches him, and now Jesse Vash activating. Here's a one.
Wah! Silvan him, bro. Very good.
We just get the entire thing in motion as well. Initially, it was that drone out from Jesse Vash just to pull the attention away from the other hit. that was-
Naka-AFK play si ano doon, si Berserk lang
tunnel
yan.
from middle. And that's kind of how, you know,
Ngayon alam ko na gagawin ko mamaya pag nag-rank game ako. Siguro mamayang gabi diamond na ako.
back in with that point blank shot. But down to the trades again, it's that sharp shooting. Jesse Vash, Sylvan starting to pop off, concerted.
Sabi na dapat mag-pop off talaga lahat eh. Pagka Prager nyo si Jesse Bash, talaga medyo nakakakaba na yun eh.
Texture gonna rip the blade storm out early. Wants to get aggressive here.
Stun siya! Stun! Stun! Nice. Taragis, nakaisa pa. Hindi ako makasigaw tol, parang bubugat ko sa ulo.
I mean, the whole team was there. He's dashed right into them.
Unfortunate. Oh, you should have been spotted out.
Hang on.
Oh,
Nice trade. Last guy.
Good trade.
Last guy, boys. Last guy.
all the Buckies kind of.
Boys, last guy. Last guy!
And you get some ult points.
Come on, you can do it!
Still an Ash 1v3 where he's only got a classic, potentially some weapons to be picked up. There's Ash. Don't imagine he's going to make it out of this smoke line.
No, you would think not.
Obscuring vision.
Might get the first, but trade should definitely come through. He's going to give it a crack with the fast lane.
Nice! Last two, boys! Last freaking two! Last freaking two!
Secret. That comeback from Gen.G, it feels like it was a long time ago now.
Yeah, 3 in a row, 1 away from that point. It's still just kind of lovely to see Texture, get activated, but either way, with the lead that Team Secret has built up, it feels insurmountable for Gen.G to come back in.
Last two, guys.
Still got an
Nice.
op, however, but here we go,
Nice thing.
off the op.
I'm gonna watch TD.
Call you. One close. I'm gonna pick mid.
Okay.
Pull up, I pick.
Okay, okay.
Pitas yung Prager natin.
Neon, 120 neon.
So,
120
Nice shot.
neon, okay?
over there.
Well, the start is pretty bloodthirsty. 3 kills in it, and Team Secret already filtering their way out onto that B site. Kite finds Zeus.
Yun lang. One
Nice
tap.
shot.
Still either way, 3v3 now.
Yeah, not going to dissuade
Yeah,
Team
winnable pa
Secret
rin.
from coming
Yan.
out on this B site. Jesse Vash fakes the tap a couple of
Nice.
times.
Winnable, gago. Last guy. Ang sarap mo, Team Secret! Eto na! Isa na lang, boys! Magkakaroon na tayo ng panalo!
Straight to the grave.
Yeah.
Series point as well.
Oh, Gen.G, wherefore art thou?
Nowhere to be found currently. I mean, a slight comeback in this initial moments, but
I was starting to feel like it was going to be doable there for Gen.G. They looked like they were...
Eto na, boys. Last one, boys. Last freaking one.
That's just disappeared now.
And for the first time in forever.
because again, I mean, Team
After a long time, please. Come on, baby.
suddenly it's players getting taken down. Go back into it then.
Sayang di niya na-cancel.
Popping off.
Bam! Patay, eto na, boys.
As texture-
Ubusin na to. Kaso na trade.
It's almost sniped. It's
Nice one, boys.
actually
Good trade, good trade.
It's,
Good trade, good trade.
on 4.
Oh, Kelly.
Good trade, good trade, good trade.
Full.
Let's go, let's go. Is this it, Pansit, boy? Is this it, Pansit, boy? Look at this, boy. Is this it?
At the end of the day,
Is this it? Is 3B4, boy?
play at some
Is
point,
this it?
Just not expecting this late lurk.
3B4, boy.
No, the rest of the team.
Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Okay, eto na po.
Look to the back of their
Okay,
net,
kaso tinamaan.
doing what he can.
Winnable, last guy! Last guy! Last guy! Let's go! May panalo na rin! Let's go! Let's go, boys! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Sa wakas! Sa wakas! Nanalo din!
This group, they unfortunately
Nice one, boys. Nice one. Nanalo din.
Let's go!
Let's go!
What a
Nice
great
one.
way for Zeus to get involved with the team.
Okay, kain,
A
kain.
little bit for Gen.G, you can definitely tell.
GG easy, boys. GG easy.
Already felt everything with the previous loss.
Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Sa mga natalo, sorry.
Gen.G starting to try and adapt to the meta.
Yan yun na, nakadami naman kayo yung mga unang match, pero okay lang yan.
Still pretty darn incredible.
Let's go, Secret!
Still has
Dating talaga akong napaaga si Zeus,
it's always
putik.
lovely to see, but either way though, Team Secret, this is
Kung napaaga talaga si Zeus eh.
you know,
Sa kanila na yung chemistry eh, tingin ko eh.
Can't forget Berserks, but just the way that they're able to play around, you know, kind of stubborn.
Ay, salamat.
Composition
Let's
still,
go!
But Zeus coming in with some hot moments.
Let's
Kelly
go!
just being able to recognize what he needs to do at times. That flank towards the very end of it, still
Tingin
incredible.
ko, pre, para sa akin, stage 2 sila pa rin dapat. Ayun no, puta, may winning moment na din! Let's go! Naging masaya din ako! Nilalagnat pa yan!
Than they have throughout this entire season. I think last week even showed there was some signs starting to come through. So it's been a bit of a roller coaster for Team Secret, but it feels like they're only on the up, right? And that's got to be a good feeling going into this offseason.
Last ni Zeus dun?
Some time getting ready.
Sabi na eh, map-pop up lang lahat eh.
And be quite
Pero pag Prager talaga Sir Jesse, nakakakaba yun. Ibig sabihin,
Toss it down to Gen with the interview with Team Secret.
let's go boys. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Sakit ng ano ko, ugat ko sa ulo. That's it, chat. That's it, that's
팀
it.
시크릿의 제우스 선수 만나보도록 하겠습니다. 승리 축하드립니다. GG zeus.
Pakinggan lang natin yung
가장
interview.
먼저 지난주 퍼시픽 데뷔전에 이어서 오늘 시즌 마지막 스테이지 1 마지막 경기였는데 오늘도 좋은 모습을 보여줬고요. 팀이 드디어 퍼시픽 2026년에
Sarap sa feeling yan. Pero tingin ko talaga, tol, napaaga talaga si Zeus. Putik. Kahit siguro yung KRX, GE, PRX na yun, panalo sila
You
dun.
had your debut in Pacific. Strong performance today. You shined as well, and the team walks away with the first win of 2026. How's that for you, and how has been the entire Pacific experience for you?
For me, winning, I feel so much great because
Boss Han Rivers there watching.
I saw them lose online, I watched them lose, and then knowing I will join to their team makes me feel so great. So I can finally with my friend Kelly S. And the whole Pacific experience for me has been good. Of course, in Nongshing match, I feel nervous, but we still got the map. But I know for me that I'm still lacking in that match. So I promise to my teammates that I will be better next match.
오늘 승리할 수 있어서 기분이 너무너무 좋다고 얘기를 합니다. 사실 작년부터 팀 시크릿을 지켜보면서 계속해서 팀 시크릿이 패배하는 모습을 보면서 마음이 좀 아팠는데 그래도 이렇게 팀의 합류 이후에 팀의 승리를 함께 만들어낼 수 있어서 기분이 너무 좋다고 하고요. 그리고 켈리에스 선수도 친구였는데 드디어 같은 팀에서 뛸 수 있어서 너무 기분이 좋다고 얘기를 합니다. 이전 농심 경기에서는 조금 약간 긴장한 모습이 있었는데 그래도 세트승을 가져갔고 그리고 뭔가 분위기가 좋지 않을 때도 이렇게 팀원들을 믿기 때문에 좋은 모습을 보여줄 수 있어서 참 고맙다고 얘기까지 해줬는데요. 말씀해주신 대로 팀 시크릿 상당히 팀워크가 점점 좋아지는 모습입니다. 적응은 어떻게 하고 있는지 또 도와주는 선수들이 있는지도 물어보고 싶네요. Let's talk about the team because you said you trust them, they trust you.
Totoo ba yan, Ernit? Totoo ba yan, Ernit?
How have
Ernit,
you been
totoo ba yan?
kind of gelling in with the team? Is anybody helping you? And how's the level of teamwork? What are you guys working on?
Ay, totoo.
When I first joined, I feel
Congrats sa
don't
boyfriend
feel,
mo,
like,
madam. Di ko
perfect.
boyfriend yan,
Of
tropa ko
course,
yan.
need time to sink in all of them, all of us. Since last year they having a communication issue with the duelists because
Media transition. Hindi, magaling talaga yan.
I can speak more English, so
Magaling talaga
that
yan.
helps a lot us. And then my coach has been helping me to adjust, and then my teammate
Ang
Kelly
sarap
has
magstay
also
sa live,
joined
parang
me
first
from
time na. Ang
T1.
sarap pa, nakastay pa rin ako sa live ah.
Me a lot of T1 duelist strats like that, how bus play, yeah.
일단은 처음에 합류했을 때 완벽할 거라는 기대는 안 했고 차차 시간이 필요하겠다라고
Hindi, pangako kasi
생각을
ni
했지만
Zeus
그래도
yan.
잘 적응을
Sayang nga
해내는
daw
것
kasi
같고요.
talaga. Hindi
그리고
talaga siya
작년에
pwede
팀
sa mga
시크릿
naunang
같은
match.
경우에는
Sinabi niya rin talaga sa akin na sayang daw.
커뮤니케이션에
Na-try daw niya
소통의
manalo
부재가
talaga.
있었다면은 제우스 선수 같은 경우에는 영어를 좀 더 할 수 있어서 그런 부분을 좀 해소해 줄 수 있지
Stage 2 to,
않았나라고
kaya
얘기를
to,
했고
stage 2.
그리고 나서 켈리스
Kaya to
선수를
stage 2
포함해서
siguro,
다른
stage 2.
선수들도 어떻게
Translate ko,
뛰어넘을 때
sabi niya, ano daw, babay na daw, congrats Team Secret.
있을지를 많이 알려주고 조언도 해주기
GG's na guys,
때문에
GG's,
이렇게
nice
좋은,
game.
결과를 만들어낼
Kain
수
muna
있지
ako, sakit na ulo ko eh.
얘기를 합니다. 그럼
GG's,
궁금해지는
thank
게
you, thank you, thank you sa
개인적으로는
tumambay.
뭔가 무대에서
Thank
이렇게
you,
잘할 거라는
Asha
자신감이 있었는지
pre-AI,
물어보고 싶네요.
pre-AI goat. Ano yan?
Let's talk about your mindset. You're always so confident that you would be
GG's
able
guys,
to perform
GG's,
on tier
GG's.
1
Nice game. Thank you guys. Thank you sa tambay guys. Bye-bye, bye-bye. Congrats Team Secret!
Confident because
See you sa stage 2. GG's guys.
maybe in Pacific.
Vamos!
Scream.
Magaling, magaling.
When I was
GG's, GG's.
I play with them a lot,
GG's.
then I know what they're capable of and what I'm capable of, and I just
GG's
need to
boys,
like,
GG's,
overcome the
GG's,
nervousness.
GG's chat.
Because if I play
Double
like this
stream.
I can
Double chat, double Team Secret. Bye-bye boys.